Now Trending contains offensive and despicable content that is too controversial and too awesome for actual children. The stark, ugly, profound truths Now Trending exposes may be soul-crushing to the weak of spirit. If you allow your child to listen to this show, you're a bad parent or guardian.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Power on.
No one told you life was gonna be this way.
When it comes to one-year-old Mariah Cartavius, you are not.
Space, the final frontier. It's 5 years.
Oh, dear Lord Jesus.
He's trying. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Now Trending.
Oh, Lord.
Happy 3rd of July. Chris. Get a new one. Well, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Now Trending right here on 24/7 Miami Radio. It is 4th of July Eve. It is Monday, July 3rd. We are having our 4th of July celebration.
Where did that come from?
Confetti poppers!
Shots fired!
And now, welcome to Now Trending right here on 24/7 Miami Radio. It is Monday, July 3rd, the day before 4th of July. So we are having our 4th of July celebration. And we want our listeners to join with us today. So welcome, listeners. Let me introduce the crew. I am Joy Canizero, your host of Now Trending, right here with the lovely co-host Siobhan.
Hi.
Hi, Siobhan. How are you?
I'm great.
And we have the lovely Chris Metal here from Chris Metal Radio.
Hello, everybody.
And today, joining us, we have a special guest throughout the entire show. She hasn't been here for a little while. Her and I are visitors to the building today, it seems. The lovely Angie Guevara. How are you today, Angie?
Hello there, my pride and joy.
Hello! We're so happy to have you here!
Wow.
And then driving the crate. Oh, Chris, you can go ahead. Toot your horn, baby.
Mine doesn't work.
Oh, there's like 20 horns here. There's got to be a horn that works somewhere.
Here, you can borrow my horn.
These are new. And then driving the lovely crazy train is our producer, Drew Dawkins. How's
Hello,
it going,
everybody.
Drew?
Going wonderful. Drew,
You
going
sound excited
wonderful.
for our party as we are today.
Oh, yes, I'm excited.
Well, again, happy pre-4th of July, everybody. We know everybody's out there getting ready for their 4th of July celebrations. So while you're doing that, listen to us. While you're marinating your meat, while you're cutting your grass, say, woo!
Wow.
Shots fired. Well, yeah.
It's going to be one of those days today.
It all depends how you're marinating your meat, though.
It is. What kind of meat? And what kind of marinade? We're going to get into that
Exactly.
shortly, especially today, one of the big topics in addition to our 4th of July celebration. Today, throughout the entire show, we're going to be giving, and we also want to hear your best pickup lines. So if you have something serious, something funny, give it to us. Give it to us on Facebook. We want to hear your best pickup lines. We're going to be doing some 4th of July, or how about American citizen trivia? You know, during this time of year, I love to pull up the citizenship test just to test everybody's knowledge, you know, on stuff we should know when it comes to being a U.S. citizen. On top of that, we've got some late breaking news to report in just a second here. But like I said, we're gonna play Disturbed Friends today. So at the end of the show, make sure you join us for Disturbed Friends. We are. Well, it's going to figure which one of us is the disturbed one. There's got to be only just one disturbed one out of all of us, right? We all can't be disturbed, right?
Not true. Yeah, I got to agree with Metal on that one. Not true.
Then we're also going to, for the gringas in the house, for the ones who are not native South Floridians. Chris, do you know what this is? Exactly.
It grows on a tree.
Welcome to Miami. Drew, do you know what a canepa is?
I was just gonna say that.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah, it's a fruit.
That thing you
What's
just
it
said.
called?
Canepa?
That's right. My boy got it.
He said canepa. Lou, I hope you know what this is. Lord Jesus. But anyhow, we're gonna try canapes today. I mean, I've eaten them since I was a kid. Angie's eating them. Chris, you look excited.
Very.
You're not. We're trying to make you guys like natives of Miami
Possible.
here. So this is, another way of doing it. You want to call this home. When in France, do what the French do. Eat canapes. Miami.
Yeah, they grow those out there too.
Well, in Miami, do what we do. What else do we have? Siobhan,
Yes.
help me out here. What else do we have to talk about while I pull up what I'm doing? Give me a pickup line. Give me a funny. Give me. I just have to be funny, like I said. Just give me some pickup lines.
Right. Pickup lines for me have to be.
Where are you at?
funny.
What's the setting?
I got one. So your
Setting.
Yeah, I want to know your
Anywhere.
setting.
But wait, I'm giving you this line, so I need you to respond.
You're giving it to me.
Yeah.
And I got to respond. I'm not good at responding to
Ready?
pickup lines.
Here we go. I walk up to you and I say, "Fat penguin."
What?
I'd run to the bathroom and cry.
What is the correct response? To which
That's-
I reply,
Wait,
"Oh, I just wanted to say something that would break the ice."
But
Wow.
I got one. Joy.
But wait, if
Oh
someone
my
comes to me and
God.
says fat penguin, I'm gonna
Chris
run.
likes it. He's like,
But I'd run into. Would you not run into the bathroom and cry? I'd be like, "Why are you calling me a fat penguin?"
No, I would be like, "What?"
If I
Which is
said
the
that
good
to a lady trying to pick her up somewhere,
She'd smack you.
I'd probably get one in the face.
Yeah, smack you. Because who are you calling a fat penguin? That's
I'm one to talk. You know what I mean?
Angie, give us your pickup line. I guess the
Joy,
show.
do you work at Domino's?
Why no?
Oh,
I
there we
don't.
Because you are one fine of piece of ass.
What?
I don't know what that means.
I did not get that one.
She said, "I'm one
one
fine
kind of a
piece of ass."
Oh.
You work at Domino's?
I got one.
Go
All
ahead.
right.
Oh, I've seen one that's awful. Go ahead.
Do you know what my shirt is made of? Boyfriend material.
Wait.
That's a good one. I like that.
Okay. Let's see. Roses are red, violets are blue. Touch her gently. I have herpes, and now you too.
Ew.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
All right, guys. So I want to introduce myself. Hi, I'm bisexual.
Hi, bye,
But,
bye.
and I would like to buy you a drink and we can be sexual.
Oh, that one may work. I don't know.
No,
What do you think, Chris?
I
Would you walk into a bar and give that to somebody?
wouldn't
no,
say that.
not that
No, it's
No? You don't think you'll get any action with that?
no.
You may have got more action than, "Hey, I'm on the radio."
We'll never know, then will we? I got another one.
Give us another one before we get, because we're going to do this all throughout the show,
If
unfortunately.
you were a vegetable, you'd be a cucumber.
Aw.
You're so nice.
Aw.
I'll go home with you.
Please stand clear of
Said
the
no one.
doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Guess what day it is?
Monday.
It is Monday.
The
But we're going to
third.
get back to those, Angie, in a second. Angie's ready to rock and roll with the pickup lines. Who are you trying to pick up? Today is, guess what day? Today's American Redneck Day. Again, I don't make these days up, but
That's
it's
my family.
The DNA test came back.
They did actually.
Is everyone related?
Well,
Well,
sometimes the tree doesn't actually split off.
In other words, they're all related.
Whew. Well, then this matches because today's also Disobedience Day. Please stay away from your
That
cousins.
explains a lot.
But today's also it's National Chocolate Wafer Day, and today's National
Which is
Eat
why I
Beans
brought
Day.
chocolate wafers.
See,
Power Crunch.
they are Power Crunch bars. Really not much in this day of history. Today is Julia Assange's birthday, if anybody cares.
Wow.
From WikiLeaks.
Sorry,
You have a problem with Julian
the
Assange?
button stuck.
Yes.
The
Huh?
button stuck.
Well, that's a tough, because again, here we all have different opinions. So before we get started on the news, and like I said, Julia Assange, do you like him or dislike him?
I feel
Okay.
neutral.
I don't care.
But do you feel that he's doing us a service by the information that he has
He's not
leaked?
doing anything. He's sitting in the room.
Right, but he has leaked lots of unclassified documents. Is that something that you feel that we should know that he's in the right doing? Or, is it something that, no, this guy should have really just taken a back seat and he's done damage to our country by leaking all this classified information?
What he's done or what he did is treasonous, and it should be punishable by death. Because when this country was formed, That's what happened when you were treasonous to your country. You were put to death. And that's basically what he did. Even though he informed whoever believes what they read from the WikiLeaks, like the whole scandal,
right?
What he went about it wrong. So the ends don't justify the means.
Absolutely.
I'm with Siobhan. I'm neutral.
He's a U.S. citizen? No.
I thought he was a U.S. citizen. Then he went over once he was in trouble over here for leaking the classified documents. Because if he does come over here now, didn't Russia take him?
No, that's
under
Snowden.
their wing? Snowden. That is Snowden. That's right.
Snowden.
Well, we have Snowden too.
Mm.
And then we also have what's her name, who was just released out of prison, who was also in the service.
Manning.
Isn't that the one? And they released. I mean, he's a transvestite.
Manning. Yeah, and there's another one.
Right.
That's still up for court, I guess.
Right. So on different charges. Well, I just wanted your opinion on it. So thank you guys. Moving on. So this is our breaking news for today. Boston airport crash. There are 10 pedestrians who have been injured. So Massachusetts State Police say a crash that injured 10 pedestrians near Boston's airport does not appear to be an intentional act. A police official said that the crash is believed to be a case of operator error in which the driver stepped on the gas pedal instead of the brake. So the person was not authorized to comment on the record and spoke to the Associated Presses, which I got this story. So there is a 56-year-old, it was a taxi driver. His vehicle struck pedestrians in a taxi queue area Monday afternoon near Logan International Airport in East Boston. So again, at this point, it's been said that 10 people were injured, and some of those injuries are serious.
Mm-hmm.
And every time there's a car accident or a couple of people are hit by a car, unfortunately, the public or the majority of them are going to think that it's terrorism because of what's been happening around the world.
It's been happening too frequently.
Right. And because of the way the media blows things up and overinflates certain stories, it makes the public go to that place immediately.
But it even also, if you think about it, and that's a great point that you make, it also takes time up on an investigation. During these types, if there was something that happened, something more serious. However, it just seems that once you have an accident like this, where it does have a lot of people involved, the first thing they are is trying to make sure that it's not terrorism. So it does take away time from, finding out what actually happened. Because first they're trying to eliminate or trying to figure out, was this terrorism, was it not, rather than, what's actually going on. Mm. So again, but it's funny how, we live in a time now where when something like this does occur, our first thoughts are, is it terrorism? Right. So we're always jumping to the news to try to see, okay, do they think it's terrorism? Do they not? And how do we where do we move forward from this? But thankfully
it looks like it was unintentional.
Yeah, for now.
Oops.
But then we need Julia Assange to tell us if that's the truth. They could be lying to us.
Or we need CNN to tell us it's terrorism.
I was going to say so many.
Well, CNN. I'm looking at CNN right now.
How long do you think I was going to wait, Joy?
Says
I don't know, but you should see Drew's eye rolls.
Well, Drew and I had...
What's the Judge Judy?
Oh, you remember?
Judge Judy's for gobbledygook. Drew doesn't want to hear your gobbledygook.
If Mr. T were here, he'd say, quit your jibber jabber.
What are they doing?
Angie, quick, give us a pickup line before we move on to the next story.
What?
All right, guys. So, Chris, no offense, but would you like to hold hands?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Strap back, man.
Yes.
Chris is speechless.
He's slimy. He's wiping the sweat off his hands.
Is that the pickup line or was there more?
That was it?
That was a pickup line, yeah.
Would you like to hold hands?
Yeah, like, no offense, but would you like to hold hands?
Wow.
Yeah.
I got one.
Give us one before we move on to the next story. Give it to us.
Are you religious? Because you're the answer to all my prayers.
Oh.
I got one for later, too.
Okay, all right, I'll redeem myself right now. Okay. Joy, excuse me.
I can hold hands.
Do you have the time?
Sure. No. Am I supposed to say yes or no?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I don't have a watch. No.
Okay, because I would like to check my watch, but I can't take my eyes off you.
Oh, yes, I'll marry you.
What?
Yes, I'll go home with you.
All right, score!
I'm sorry.
The signs are working.
I don't have a sound effect for throwing up. I'm sorry.
So moving on to top news again. Today, like I said, I want to keep the news lighthearted, not get into really serious issues. However, 10 people being injured is serious. But we are on the eve of 4th of July. some are feeling that this year is very different. So it is 4th of July is bringing about a lot of mixed feelings for different minority groups. So many people in the United States are celebrating the 4th of July holiday. However, some minorities have mixed feelings about what's going on, you know, and even taking part in any celebrations. Due to our last presidential election, people feel that we're in troubling times. Also, not just because of the election, you have police shootings, just different refugee deportations going on. Just again, lots of changes that have been made aware to us by the public. I mean, by the media, you know, and people are just now, minorities are seeing that they're feeling uncomfortable about celebrating 4th of July. How do you guys feel about 4th of July this year, 2017? As Americans, we're here. Do you feel American? Do you feel less American?
I feel no different than last year.
We've been in bad shape long before Trump took office. Let's just put that out there, okay? And I'm not blaming either side. I'm blaming them both as a citizen. So this 4th of July, I'm going to treat it like Siobhan's, just like last year. I'm going to go out, have some drinks, probably drink a few beers out of a can with the American flag on it, light some fireworks off. Thank God that I'm American, and thank God that I'm alive, and enjoy it with whoever I'm hanging out with. That's all.
That sounds good. Angie.
I'm just in it for the alcohol and the fireworks. And then once I'm in that good tip, then I'll start yelling out, I am proud to be American.
Now, is that the answer you wrote in on your citizenship test?
Of course I did.
I'm just
Of course
here.
I did.
I'm just
No,
here.
well, actually, now, actually, hold on. What my direct answer was when I got my when I got my little ID, you know, that they also like, you know, you can like, you know, you're a citizen. I'm like, well, I'm just in it for all the alcohol in the party. As soon as I turned 21, they're just looking at me like, this girl looks trouble.
But imagine showing up for your test and just being like, I'm here for the alcohol and fireworks. True.
Yes.
Do you feel any different this year about 4th of July?
No, it's actually my house anniversary.
Congratulations,
Wow.
Drew.
Thank you.
So are you celebrating 4th of July or your house anniversary?
Anniversary.
Anniversary of the house.
Being honest.
I mean,
It doesn't matter.
if Hillary won, it'd be different.
I'd be celebrating my house anniversary. It doesn't
You
matter.
wouldn't be throwing a big bomb party like on 4th of July if Hillary was president? Right, but it, I mean, it just doesn't
I wouldn't
make
be
it.
sweating as much, but it wouldn't be a big difference.
Hillary would have repealed sweating. I don't understand.
She would have taken away my constitutional right to sweat.
I see.
Oh,
Gotten
no.
rid of sweating for good.
For good.
Well, I didn't know that.
That was a good
I
one.
didn't know that either.
But Siobhan, also, do you feel any less American? Do you
No.
feel with the changes? Do you feel more American?
I feel no different than I did last year, which is, you know, I take pride in that I have many ancestors who were part of the founding of the U.S. and I go back to their morals and virtues that they founded this country on, and that's what I'm proud of.
Cool.
So that's, even though it's, you know, not the America of 2017 anymore that it was in 1776.
Right.
So
But I mean, you know, to say that you feel kind of less American. We want to hear what our Facebook listeners and viewers have to say out there. How do you feel about 4th of July? Do you feel, again, this is just talk that is going around everywhere where there are people who are feeling some type of way this year about 4th of July. Do you feel any type of way about 4th of July? Do you feel less celebratory? Do you feel maybe that we're making progress? And yes, we're proud to be an American. I'm proud to be an American. There's lots of things that we have to be grateful for. So again, we want to hear everybody's opinion. So please share your comments with us on Facebook. We want you to be a part of our conversation. So again, tell us how you feel about the 4th of July, and also tell us what you're going to be doing on the 4th of July. How do you celebrate your 4th of July? So, Siobhan, you have any special plans for 4th of July yet?
I'm working.
I'm
Me too.
not.
Yay.
I work till noon.
Yay.
Actually, I have to say I am working till about 2 or 3 o'clock, and it'll be cool because my job consists of me hanging out on the beach tomorrow, so that's cool. But afterwards, my coworker, she's recently 21, and she's like wanting to try all these new drinks. So I told her I would take her to a wine bar afterwards, and she is super excited. So I'm excited for her.
She's gonna get hammered.
I hope not. So I'll have to be responsible for her.
You're gonna
She's
take her
recently
back to
turned
her
21. They're gonna hit the bars like him.
Are you gonna take her back to her room?
No.
What's your best pickup line for her?
For a 21-year-old.
All right, give us a pickup line then.
Oh,
I got one.
You caught me off guard.
Okay, give us one, Chris. Chris, you two are on it today with the pickup lines.
I'm not a photographer, but I can picture me and you together.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I don't make
these up. Okay. Okay.
All right. I know this sounds really cheesy, but are you a campfire? Because
Sorry.
you're hot and I want s'more.
Wait, say that again.
Are you a campfire because you're so hot and I want s'more?
I like that.
Drew likes it too.
Yeah.
I like that one. Hey, let me try to use that one day. We don't like that one?
No.
It's all right.
Oh, come
It's
on.
not like
you
my
guys.
penguin
I
one.
got one.
Go one
Okay.
more, because we got another story.
Okay, I'm writing a phone book, so can I have your number?
That is a good one.
I like it.
Let me write that one down.
Phone.
So moving on,
number.
as of next week, we're going to have companies who are going to start giving us examples of new border walls. So bids will be going up for the border walls for contractors. So the reason I found this story funny, just because the way it was worded, how Donald Trump worded it, he wants the wall between the U.S. and Mexico to be solar powered. So we're going to have solar panels.
I don't think that's wrong.
Huh?
I think he was joking.
No, but he did get on and say it. However, the way he closed
He
it,
says a lot of things.
he does. But when he closed the story about how he wants the wall to have solar panels, he said it's a great idea because it's going to be cheaper for Mexico to pay for. I just love his delivery. I just think the delivery was great. He just gave us this whole speech, and at the end of it, he was just like, it'll be much cheaper for Mexico to pay for it.
That was my idea like weeks ago. I said put solar panels on it. Now I'm saying put turbines on the top of it.
And now we're
It'll
gonna have
pay for
turbines.
itself. You could put in some USB things for everybody. Put a little Wi-Fi port and stuff like that.
USB ports inside the Mexican wall.
Put it on both sides so
You're
everybody can use
genius.
them. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Why not?
Well, if Mexico's paying for them, hopefully they'll let us use the USB ports on this side.
Oh, you could charge your phone and stuff, you know?
Get Wi-Fi on both sides of the border.
I was just about to say that.
Well, it doesn't stop at the wall.
But it is a good
There's a
idea
range.
if they do enforce solar panels
I
or
want-
windmills or, that's
I just
thinking in the right direction. Tell us, Angie.
I just want to know how the press confefe is going to cover this.
Confifi?
Oh, jeez.
Confifi?
You know, wait.
Some cover with a little bit of milk and sugar.
With a little bit of confefe.
Going back to the solar panels real quick though, that is a good idea to use, like make it
Resources.
efficient.
Make it resourceful.
I've noticed in California, I haven't seen it here, but there's like a lot of parking lots in California that are covered with solar panels, so that the local businesses can use that, and it cuts down on the cost of energy for the neighborhoods and stuff.
Right.
It's really smart. I was like, oh, gee, let's use space. It's an open lot. They might as well multitask, I guess.
No, right, because what sense does it do to just build a wall that does nothing? I mean, yes, it's separating two areas of land. However,
Make the wall an electric fence. Put the solar power on it. It'll be more fun to watch people climb over an electric fence
More
than it would be to
Jeez.
hurdle a wall. What's wrong, Siobhan? What's wrong with that? I mean, people put up gates in their homes with the metal spikes on top. That's okay. They can protect their homes, but they can't protect the borders. I don't get it. There's no logic to it. You lock your doors at night. You know what I mean? It's the same principle on a different scale, but it's the same thing. It's about security. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Wait.
Go ahead, Drew.
Did I say something funny?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, I'm even trying to find an analogy. It's like saying, no. This gun is a paperweight. Use it to hold the papers down. You can't electrocute people.
If they're trying to jump the wall and come over here illegally.
Electrocute them.
we're
No,
gonna
I
fry.
didn't say
Now
kill them.
we're gonna fry them. Go ahead.
I didn't say kill them
Barbecue
because
them.
electric fences don't kill. They shock.
So the ones
can
for the
kill
ones
us.
for your
Examples.
dog.
It's
So like
the
the ones for your dog
electricity.
for your house when they have like the electric fences when your dog gets too close and it zaps
Does
them.
the dog do it again after he gets zapped? No. The dog learns from
Well,
it.
it's electrical energy, which could cause heart problems because electrical runs to your
Like
heart.
tasers.
And here's a solution,
So-
Professor. Don't jump the fence.
Why would we do that, Chris? Why?
Look, it's gonna be the same thing as it happens here. There are people that do not read the signs, so they try to look for the 6th floor and want to figure it out how to get there. So you don't know what kind of a person's gonna read that sign or read the wall. Absolutely. So they're just gonna go for it no matter what.
Now, with that
But they're
being
not gonna get
said,
electrocuted by going on the wrong floor.
now with
You'd be
this being
surprised how intelligent are people in this world.
it's true.
Especially the
Now comes time for our U.S.
no offense to
citizenship.
no offense to my Hispanic people, like, no offense, but
You guys are getting me in lots.
I don't know. I didn't see
show
his papers
some
with
respect
ID.
for your people.
I don't know, but I'm telling you, we're gonna get in trouble today. This show's gonna be
Absolutely. Yeah.
canceled.
Who's we?
This will be our last show. Now, here comes our U.S. citizenship question time.
Okay, here we go.
Who is in charge of the executive branch?
The sergeant of arms.
Do-do-do,
Sergeant of arms.
do-do-do. Who is in charge of
Well,
the
what do
executive
you
branch?
mean charge?
Who is in charge of
Oh, I
the
know.
executive branch?
I know.
On the test, that's
ahead,
exactly
Drew.
how the question
I
reads.
can tell you who it is.
Tell us.
Who is it? Stop Googling.
I'm not cool.
He's on YouTube.
It's the president. It's the president is in charge of the executive branch.
Does everybody
I would
agree?
agree with that.
Do you guys agree that the president is in charge of the executive branch? Chris and Angie.
I don't know. I saw that.
Say yes.
There's blank
Oh,
stares.
we're being told to say yes.
Yes.
Yes. We're bad citizens.
The president is in charge of the executive branch. Where were you going with that, Drew, at first? With the
I
sergeant?
mean, I don't know. I want to be really honest. I don't know.
this-
I failed that class, so
The only one that can actually arrest the president is the sergeant of arms.
Who's the sergeant of arms?
Huh?
He works
Sounds
in
like
the
a
Senate.
Boy Scout.
Are you a Disney princess?
No.
Is that a pickup line?
Because you're Cinda hella fine.
Whoa! I got one.
Go for it.
You breathe oxygen. We have so much in common.
Ah,
Are those space pants? Because your butt is out of this world.
Oof.
Oh, I like that one.
I thought happiness started with an H. Why does mine start with U?
oh my
Oh, moving on to our last story before we go to break. So forecasters say budget cuts could hurt hurricane predictions. Recent progress in forecasting the intensity of hurricanes, which has lagged behind storm track forecasting, could be undermined by proposed cuts in federal funding for tropical weather research, says the retiring chief of a team of U.S. hurricane specialists. So the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration launched the Hurricane Forecast Improvement Program in 2009 with a $13 million budget. Funding has shrunk to less than half that, and President Donald Trump's proposed budget includes further cuts to NOAA and the National Weather Service. So it's hanging on really by a thread in terms of funding, says James Franklin, who oversees the National Hurricane Center team that releases tropical storm forecasts and warnings. Really not, in my opinion, not a place where we need to have budget cuts. Schools, and when it comes to weather, are not where we should be starting with budget cuts. I don't think. I think that's an important part of our system. Especially, we've made so much advancements over the past few years. We have been asking for more funds to make better advancements when it comes, to telling us and informing, the people of when storms are coming, when we should be getting prepared. How do you guys feel about this?
I mean, like, that's something that's really delicate, especially here in our state.
In our state.
That's something that's really delicate,
Right.
because just because we haven't been hit for a while
Right.
does not mean that it's okay to make those budget cuts. You never know that what if we do, you got to think ahead. You got
Andrew, go ahead.
Exactly. You got to think ahead. It's like, if you're going to make that budget cut, what if like one of the biggest storms, something similar to Andrew, come and hits us? How are we supposed to be covered with that? How are you supposed to protect your people that way?
Right.
How are you supposed to protect anything else that's public? The public schools, anything, homes, families. Gotta think about that. So you just can't make a budget cut like that.
I
Well,
agree.
The fact that we haven't had a large, I almost said earthquake, storm in a while kind of says that we're probably due for one.
I think that's how lots of us feel. It's
But you can't just just make a budget just because we haven't had a big storm.
right.
I mean, you gotta consider the possibilities of what could happen.
Absolutely. And our focus, especially with the National Weather Service and NOAA, they have been focusing a lot over the past 10 years and also since Hurricane Andrew of, again, making advancements to where we can get, more information and, in a lesser amount of time or, just a more expanded amount of time. So like I said, so we do have more time to prepare. We will have more information about these systems these very damaging systems that can come forward. Again, like Angie was saying, you can see her passion in it. We're from Miami here, so it does you know, we worry about these things up north. I know there's snowstorms. Do you guys worry about these things as
we've
much?
had hurricanes in the Northeast.
You have. You're
to a lesser
absolutely
degree
right.
than
Yeah,
down
you're
here.
absolutely right.
But the thing is, there's a common sense factor to all of this. I don't agree with the budget cuts for the hurricane centers and all that, but being proactive, being ready in the event one shows up, you know, that could limit the amount of the intensity of the damage. If we're ready, if we're sitting around waiting until it rolls up on the beach, then we're screwed.
It is. We are screwed. Yeah, and it caused a lot of damage, not just at that time, but even, you know, building takes a lot of time also in the end.
Exactly.
So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we've got news with Siobhan. We've got lots more pickup lines. Please share your pickup lines with us. Give them to us on Facebook. We want to hear what you have to say. We're going to talk the Canepa. We're all going to eat the Canepa. We'll be back shortly. Make sure you stay tuned right here to Now Trending on 24/7 Miami Radio.
We're gonna shoot the entire works on fireworks that really show. Oh yeah, we declared our liberty 200 years ago. In 1776, there were fireworks too.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like Simple Jack and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv.
We talk about sports.
And other things.
Like what? W eating chips.
I can't put these chips down.
247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from
4 to 6
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
It's Now Trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Siobhan, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day by day.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Oh, boys!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
Out Trending every Monday from
4 to 6
on 247miami.tv.
This is Chris Metal here for Now Trending, coolest show on 247miami.tv. Join us every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Joy Canizero, your host, Drew Dawkins, Siobhan, and Chris Metal. Every Monday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern on 247miami.tv.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
Now Trending contains offensive and despicable content that is too controversial and too awesome for actual children. The stark, ugly, profound truths Now Trending exposes may be soul-crushing to the weak of spirit. If you allow your child to listen to this show, you're a bad parent or guardian.
Clap your hands, everybody, if you got what it takes. Cause I'm Curtis Blow, and I want you to know
Welcome
that
back to Now
these
Trending right
are
here on
stories.
24/7 Miami Radio. Hello to our fans on Facebook. We are having our Now Trending 4th of July celebration right here in the studio. Woo! This is just too much fun. And we've got our little red Solo cups. Are these not just the cutest?
There's nothing in them though.
Brought the shots.
Shots. I've got something.
We got blanks.
I've got something for this though.
Oh,
I do.
boy.
Thanks, Mom.
Water.
I do. Flavored water.
Tito's.
Okay, so we're back here to Now Trending. Before we get started again, we're celebrating 4th of July. We have the U.S. citizenship questions that we're answering. I'm surprising you guys with these questions. We've got pickup lines. So please, everybody, join in on the fun. Later on, we're going to be playing Disturbed Friends to see which one of us is really the disturbed one.
Finally, we'll
Can I hold
know.
that on now, please?
Go ahead, Chris.
I got a pickup line for you.
Oh,
We're doing
You're enjoying this too
Oh, this
much.
is fun. I got a clever one.
hours.
Hey, good.
You must be the square root of 2 because I feel irrational around you.
I like that.
All right,
For the geeks.
I got one.
Give it to us.
Which is all right. So which is easier, getting into those tight jeans or me taking them off you?
Oh, jeez.
Now I've got one. What are 2 parts of the U.S. Congress?
2 of the 3.
I know this. I know this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's the House of Representatives and the.
Oh, I thought this
Senate.
was a pickup line.
It's not, but I broke in with my.
It's the Senate.
Why do you know so much?
You're smart.
I learned it in school.
Pay
Drew
attention
is
in history
correct.
class.
What are the 2 parts of U.S. Congress? They are the Senate and House of Representatives.
One
more question. How many U.S. senators are there?
Well, now I know that I'm not
total
gonna
or
get so
per
far
state?
when it comes to this stuff.
Total. How many
50.
U.S. senators are there total?
50. 100. Excuse me, 100. It's 100. Yes.
Stop changing your answers to the correct
Yeah,
answer
Drew,
every
come
time
on,
somebody else correctly answers it, huh?
I can do whatever I want.
Was I correct?
Huh? You are. It's 100.
That's right. Play that Batman changing.
I got
things
one more.
I thought you said that was the last one.
I don't know any of these. I got one, but they're so much fun.
Okay.
Again, today's party day. The House of Representatives has how many voting members?
Oh, it's a big number.
You're not American if you don't know this. You belong on the other side of the wall,
I think
Chris.
it's like 500.
I know what side of the wall I belong on. Thank you.
The electrified side.
Nobody asked you, Droopy. Just sit there and produce.
That was a good one, Drew. He said he belongs on the electrified side of the wall.
Please stand
There's
clear of
Wi-Fi
the
on that
doors.
side.
Por favor, manténganse alejados de las puertas.
Electrifying.
I wonder if that's going to be the new recording when you walk through it.
Please stand clear of the doors.
Yeah, because
You didn't stand
there's
clear
a
of the
charge
doors.
on the doors.
Go ahead. Tell us what's the answer.
I'm waiting for Chris. The House of Representatives has how many voting members?
Oh, the number. It's
Chris
big.
Metal America.
Yeah, it's
big.
It's over.
It's big.
It's over 300.
It's big.
493 is my guess.
It's like 523.
Angie, you want to take a shot?
Wait.
We're
I'll take a shot.
The answer.
Yes.
Okay, the answer is.
Wait, let me take a pen.
Again, no, this is
No,
not
don't
for you to
Google it.
Google.
The closest without going over, right?
The House of Representatives has 435 voting
I
members.
was close.
She was it. Yeah, Siobhan was
I was
the closest.
closer.
I said over 300.
She was.
That doesn't fly on The Price is Right.
No, it doesn't.
Well, Drew Carey, my answer is over 300. Something over 300. That is not going to work.
Close enough.
Okay, so here's my 4th of July pickup line, and then I'm going into news.
Go for it, girl.
See, don't tell me you're one of those 4th of July apologists. Just kidding. I don't think that's a thing. Want to make out?
Oh.
Oh my god.
Very straightforward.
Are you a 90-degree angle? Because you are looking so right.
Oh. All right, go ahead, Angie.
When a penguin finds his mate and they stay together for the rest of their lives, will you be my penguin?
Oh,
Sounds a little
will.
desperate.
As long as you don't call me a fat penguin like Chris Metal did.
I did.
Okay.
That was me.
Oh, well, Siobhan called me a fat penguin. Wait, you did call me a fat
No,
penguin.
I
Is that what
didn't.
you're saying?
I said it.
Just trying to break the ice.
Exactly.
And you're
What are you
on
trying to tell? What are you
and
trying to
that's-
tell us,
and
Siobhan?
that's when it came to blows.
Speaking of things that can break ice, state government shut down in New Jersey took effect Saturday, shuttering parks and other public sites and disrupting ferry service to Liberty and Ellis Islands. which is a great weekend to shut down the tourist attractions.
Thanks, Christy.
The shutdown came after leaders failed to reach an agreement on a new budget by Friday night's deadline. Adding to the tension, Governor Christie first said he was planning to be at Island Beach for the 4th of July, but then on Friday he said he would stay in Trenton if the government shut down, which it did, but that his family would still go to the Island Beach. And on Saturday he was asked if it was fair for his family to be able to use the park while others couldn't. His response was, the governor has a residence at Island Beach, others don't. That's the way it goes. Run for governor and you can have the residence. Yes, he said that. Yes, he actually did join his family at said state-owned beach house, flying between the Barrier Island and Trenton using a state helicopter. There were overhead planes taking pictures of his family and himself relaxing on the beach, all to themselves. Yes, so you can see the aerial photos. We'll post some on Twitter and Facebook. The exclusive pictures were published Sunday evening on NJ.com and just further fueling all this lovely Beachgate scandal. So what do you think? Is just Chris Christie kind of like he just doesn't care? He has nothing to lose at this point?
He obviously doesn't care.
Yeah.
And that's how he's coming off.
This is the last year he's leaving. And
he's within his last 6 months right now, and I just
What was the number, Chris? You said the 92% disapproval rating.
It's in the low 90s.
He only has a 15% approval rating. 15% approval rating.
They must have asked his
right
family
now.
twice.
Huh?
They must have asked his family twice.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just, in a lot of people, a lot of residents there. You're talking, this is 4th of July weekend, first of all. He's there, so a lot of people are saying he's trespassing. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, when it comes down, if the beaches are closed, the beaches are closed. He could sit here with his mansion and everything else. I'm sure someone else lives on a beach, but that's so un-American.
It's rude. I mean, he's not being
of
the people.
Rude. He's not being of the people. And he's just a rude, cocky.
Doesn't care.
He doesn't. Again, that's why his approval rating is only at 15%.
Yeah.
But imagine if our mayor did that down here. I mean, like if we had our governor closed our beaches down here and then he's sitting on the beach.
No,
the mayor would no longer be alive. People down here are crazy.
People would be going on that beach to get him.
They would. They absolutely would.
They would still go to the beach.
They would. I think down here they would still go to the beach here. So
that's where the money is. They're not going to close it.
Well, that's what they should do in New Jersey. Go to the beach in masses. Everybody
can't
just
stop
get
everyone.
out to the beach. They're not going to be able to stop everybody. What are they going to do? They're going to write you a citation at the end of the day.
Isn't the governor's house belonging to the state of New Jersey?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, it's the people's house of New Jersey.
Everybody should just go there.
So everybody should just go there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's all go show. Well, we're not residents. Let's just go show up to fight for the cause.
We get a friend and bring us along.
All my family's up there. Hey,
well, and I think it's really sad. Like, I mean, this is the 4th of July weekend, and people can't even go visit Ellis Island and Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's anyway. Biggest tourist attraction.
Is that all ferry service or just ferry service from New Jersey?
Well, see, that's the thing.
I think it's
part of Liberty Park belongs to New Jersey, and the other part belongs to New York.
Okay, so it would be that New York visitors could get on a ferry and jump over.
But
to the
they couldn't
islands,
go
right?
to the island that's owned by New Jersey.
Unbelievable.
I can't wait to hear what the mayor has to say.
Isn't that a federal government place though?
I don't know. I didn't
get that far.
I'm sure that it's really making things difficult.
Yeah, it has to be making things. I can't wait to hear what the mayor has to say. Being, he's up in New York, so we'll definitely get his take on.
I guess you could swim to the island, to Liberty Island or whatever.
You have to go to that extreme.
Yeah.
It's the
Hudson River. It's not the East River.
I heard the Hudson is the dirtiest.
East River is dirty.
You just walk across.
I heard the stories I've heard about the Hudson River. Yeah, no, and I'll swim in. I've heard, it's really bad.
Okay, so moving on. This story's a little bit older, but I think it's still, it's still pertinent. An Uber driver in Florida has been fined for violating a this is in Miami actually, violating a county ordinance that requires ride-sharing drivers to be able to communicate in the English language. Cell phone video shows Carmen Echeverria receiving a $250 ticket from a Miami-Dade police officer outside Miami International. Echeverria violated a 2016 Miami-Dade County memo that requires ride-sharing drivers to be able to communicate in basic English, especially so they can be prepared for emergencies. Yes, you're dying to say something.
Right. Now,
That is
before you say anything, because you use Uber services
I
a lot.
use
So
Uber-
that's
I use
why
Uber and I use Lyft all the time.
Right,
I'm
right.
sorry. That's probably a complaint from a nagging customer that doesn't understand Jack. Okay, because at least the Ubers and Lyft drivers, they do try to communicate with you in English and or Spanish, even if it's broken. I know this because I've had drivers that were that way, that couldn't speak Spanish, but they would do their best to communicate with me. I mean, like, that's fine. Like, I don't know why they have to make such a big deal about that. It's ridiculous.
It wasn't the passenger. What it was?
No, it was the officer.
It was officer, right?
Yeah, it was
At the
not.
airport.
That's
still ridiculous.
The officer
They're
told
allowed
her.
to.
The officer told her something, either to move or something, and she
Told her to
couldn't get
move,
it.
and she didn't
And she didn't
understand.
it.
And
Well,
so
then
she
you
was
can get somebody to
cited.
translate.
But it is in their
But you
contract.
don't have
But it isn't.
time. You don't have time to go and find someone. Can you tell her to move? Because
Well, I mean, if
it
the
could be an
officer
emergency
has
situation.
time to go whatever the hell he was doing, I bet he can have time to find someone and translate for them.
Not if it's
No,
an emergency
not if it's an
situation.
emergency.
Yeah, but and there is and it's in
I
the
think
Uber contract.
I call it BS.
But it's in the Uber contract. Well, that's why it's enforceable by law. So the law is allowed to. It's in Uber's contract. So Uber states when they have the contract and sign it with these drivers, it does say you have to know X amount of English.
Mhm.
So now,
But they don't test you.
right? They don't test you. So this person willingly signed a contract stating, I know enough English to get by and have a conversation with somebody.
Right.
So so law enforcement is aware of these contracts, only because they're not, Uber's not like a taxi company to where they're monitored by the state. So Uber's just hiring people, whoever. They don't have to have, they tell you have to have this and that for the car, but it's not something that's monitored by the state. But since that's in their contract, and so yeah, the lady did get a $250 fine.
That's so ridiculous.
But then she shouldn't have signed a contract either. If she doesn't understand, like, move the car.
Well, Joy, you said you had a driver who didn't understand the directions you were giving them.
No, I was at a different studio. I was doing another radio show, and the host and I were standing
You're
outside.
cheating on us?
What?
I wasn't cheating before. I just had another
Hang on,
studio.
wait a minute.
You're cheating now?
My 880. No, I'm not a cheater anymore. No, I'm just joking. But when I was over at 8:80 a.m.
Now you're plugging them?
She wasn't cheating. She was just having an affair.
Oh, you're her lawyer?
Yes.
Cheating on us with AM.
I know. What?
Hell
That's
yeah.
it.
You're gonna get an HD
Hell
over
yeah.
there? Wow, we thought you were gonna upgrade.
That's it.
Go ahead. What was your?
That's it.
But the Uber
This
driver,
just in, folks. The late departed Joy now left.
Please stand clear of the door.
Yes. No, but I was over at the other studio, and an Uber driver came, but the guy did not speak English at all, and he was trying to find his customer. And I mean, it took us 30 minutes to tell him this is not the address. And you guys know me. I know some Spanglish. And he was even calling the person who speaks Spanish that he's trying to pick up. He couldn't even understand them in Spanish. I mean, he couldn't it was just.
Doesn't the phone tell you where to go?
Yeah.
Exactly. But he stood there for like 30 minutes, and we kept trying to tell him. Finally, he took off. But I mean, it was just a frustrating situation to where
He didn't want to work. He didn't
Okay,
want to do
so
it.
I would say like a few weeks ago, I had that same problem. They would ask me like, okay, where are we going and where should I go? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you want me to pull up my GPS, even though you have a GPS?
Well, that's just it. Okay, but that's just the thing. If they're providing the service, they should be able to effectively, look in their GPS and take you to where you have to go. Rather than you're getting in a car, you're paying the money, and then you're sitting there trying to give directions. Come on, think of you, or like the other one with directions. Like we're driving in circles.
Exactly, we're driving in circles.
I'm gonna have to give you a
like you're
bad
asking someone that's new because at that time I was working near Aventuras. I don't know Aventuras.
Right.
All I know is Kendall. I only know Kendall Drive. That's it.
Right, but it's their responsibility, though. Honestly, if they want to do that job, it is their responsibility that you get in the car and say, "Hey, I need to go to so and so," and they should be able to use whatever tools that they have.
See, now that's something they should be fined for.
Right.
Know your navigation.
Yeah,
they don't speak navigation.
It helps to have a general sense of direction to begin with.
Absolutely.
To be a taxi driver or an
does.
Uber driver. I mean,
It
come
does.
on.
But and that's the thing though. Not a lot of people have a good sense of direction. So that's the thing. If you're going to take on that job, make sure you can effectively do the job. Don't just get in a car and then have everybody else do your job. You can't. It doesn't make sense. We'd all love to go to work and have somebody else do our job and get paid for it. It's essentially what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And force the hell out of everything. No. But what if anybody else in Facebook land? If anybody has any comments, how you feel about this Uber driver? Again, she was fined $250. The Uber contract states that they must be able to speak some type of effective English in order to communicate with their customers.
And so does the Miami-Dade ordinance.
Well, so does the Miami-Dade ordinance.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, because it was your station that aired the story. It's your station that had the story.
Shots fired.
You have to know more. Tell us true.
Stop hard. No, unfortunately, I'm sorry, Andy. Unfortunately, I think the ticket warrants what it happened.
It's what it should or
it
shouldn't?
It should. Happen, yeah.
I just think that we need to go in a direction to where
she can go to court and she can fight it in court, and the court may throw it out, whatever have you. But at the time, this is what was required for her, and she didn't do it. And then the lady came along and said, "Hey, you need to move," and she didn't understand. Which I don't understand how you don't understand move. But I just point, get out of
the way.
But if it got that far for someone to write a ticket, come on.
Yeah.
And that's true if it got that far, because I think she was probably making more of a deal about it,
Probably.
She was probably being argumentative.
Yeah.
All right.
So she can argue, but she can't understand her to move the car.
She was arguing in Spanish, probably.
Welcome to South Florida.
Yeah. Okay, so finally, we are all familiar with Trump's notorious tweets in the middle of the night, and this past week, it kind of reached a boiling point with the anchors on. Yes. So especially one Mika Brzezinski. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name. I don't think I've heard anybody actually say her name. But so anyway, now we're all kind of fed up with Trump's Twitter tweets and stuff, and basically, my thought is it's been pointed out that his recent Twitter behavior and activity is violating Twitter's harassment policy, which means no threats of violence, no targeted abuse or harassment, no inciting anybody else to engage in targeted abuse or harassment, and no hateful conduct.
Wait,
is he violating those terms?
Are you telling me that he can get his Twitter account suspended?
He may.
I mean, if those are because we were having this discussion in the break room before we came on the show today. Because that's my question first that I want to ask you guys. Now, we're all adults, we're American citizens. Do you feel his delivery using Twitter again as a channel to speak to the people? Do you guys find it effective?
Yes.
I think
that's his way of communicating with others, but he's not doing it in such a
that's what I mean.
Right way. Like he's doing it in such a way that if other people were to misread it or try to figure out what he's trying to say, it's like confefe, for example.
But is it a channel that he should be using to communicate with the public?
Yes, but not the way he's doing it.
President Obama was the first one to use social media to communicate with the public.
Yes.
So he started at all this. So if people don't like what Trump says, don't read into it.
No.
Anyway, and getting back to what you were saying about the standards that Twitter holds people up to.
Yes.
CNN, MSNBC, all those news outlets should hold themselves to the same standard, because Morning Joe and Mika, they use their pulpit to trash him every morning. Instead of reporting the news, we have to hear their opinion on absolutely everything he does.
Okay, so, two things. One, that's their job, is to report on the political structure.
They're not reporting on the political structure.
Hold on. And two, they were his biggest supporters for the longest of time. So what happened was they were reporting on what's going on with him and the Twitter and everything else. He apparently didn't like that and then said what he said. So it's not a matter of they were bashing him since the beginning of time.
That's what they've been doing lately.
No, because he's had a problem. He's got a problem.
He's
got a problem.
Use your news show for news.
Right.
But you can't ignore when your news is the president. This is the guy doing that.
No, but this
It is news. He's creating it.
Hold on. Listen.
No, Chris. To be honest, yes, that is news. Why? Because it's that's our president. He should be setting a specific example, and especially using Twitter and trying to reach out to your people of the country. It's at least try to minimize it, because at one point he's gonna get himself in so much trouble. There is no turning back. At one point, he's gonna hit that trouble.
Right now,
and
there's
no way for him to get out of it.
Right now, do you guys feel
that's what he's looking for?
But do you guys feel that maybe because of his opinion on the media, that this is why he uses Twitter to speak with? Do you feel that maybe he doesn't feel that he can trust the media to relay his message correctly, so therefore he has now turned to Twitter?
Do you see what MSNBC and CNN are reporting about him on a daily basis?
No, I don't.
Of course, he cannot trust them.
Right.
Of course he can't.
I choose my news sources wisely, and they're typically unbiased. But then who's for any of us to say that your news channel can't be biased? It's just like us. We have our show here. We have Now Trending. It's whatever I say we could talk about. Or what you guys give me your ideas. It's what we come up with. But it's our choice. It's my choice to make this an unbiased show. Again, I like a show where we have everybody's opinions. But then who's to say if you want to? It's just like your show is all metal. Do you understand? And nobody can tell you, oh, well, you know, he's only doing it's I mean, because you're biased to metal. Who's to say though? CNN can't be biased to this. See, I mean, I know we want to have a medium. If we could, it would be great if we had a medium. I'm sure there's a few medium channels out there. But then at the same time, you know, they can be biased. They're not breaking any laws. They make their show what they want to make it.
Bias doesn't necessarily mean you're against the person.
That's exactly what it means.
No, not in a sense. Well, yes, in a sense, yes. But doesn't mean I cannot. You're telling me is that I can't report what he's done wrong, and not be held.
Well, you can report it, but not have an opinion.
They're giving their opinion about it. They're not reporting the
But
news.
that's what they're supposed to do.
That's
their job.
Drew, you report the
But that's
news.
their job. That's why they're there.
You report the news first. You report the news as accurately as possible, and then give your opinion.
But they're not a news program, though.
Then why are they on a news channel?
They're not a news program. They're a political program.
They're an opinion show, and people are buying into this as news. It's ridiculous.
Same thing on Fox.
It's naive. No.
Well, like you said, people are buying into
on
it as
Fox.
news. So people also need to be responsible for what they're reading, what
what
they're
they
watching,
believe.
and what they believe.
How can you be responsible for what you're reading, what you're watching? You have to. I mean, you have to be a little more understanding what you're reading.
Right. Well, you need to understand, and at that point, you need to do your research. You know, you need to see. Again, I prefer, and that we learned this in broadcasting school when it comes to writing stories. We write the story, not our opinion.
Yes.
I mean, that's where our train of thought, that's where our
Just the
foundation
facts.
has begun, just the facts. So we have, though, come into where these big major news outlets report the story, the facts, but then on top, they do also give their opinion. You know, do they not have a right to have their opinion?
Everybody's entitled to an opinion.
But even on CNN, okay, so they
Yes.
report their news.
To a certain extent, though.
Right.
To a certain extent, and especially when it's specific news that's being spread around the world.
Right, absolutely.
You know, it's like, and yes, it's like us, like when we read the news, we want it, it all depends on what we pick and what we decide. Like, okay, oh my God, yeah, that is news. It's
Right.
like, wow. It's
Well,
like, look what Trump wrote.
Right.
Okay, that does what he says. Okay, that's whatever. He can say whatever the hell he wants to say. He is a president. He's a president at the end of the day.
Right.
But what my concern is that at one point he's gonna get himself into so much trouble that he's gonna become the major news and know that it's gonna be everywhere, and then he has no control of that.
Does anybody think that he focuses too much on the media versus what he should be focusing on?
I think
Yes.
Trump
Yes.
is being way too personal in this and is having a hard time separating Trump from president, because as president he is representing the people and our country, and for him to be calling out and making things personal is not doing anyone any good. I think his behavior on Twitter is not representative of what America is.
I think
I agree.
think he spends. I mean, like I said,
agree with you,
I want
Siobhan.
the best for him. I just think he spends too much time on this media nonsense. You know what? Go and do your job. Screw what anybody has to say.
Just let
I'm gonna do that anyway.
You know, it's
just let the press conference handle it.
I mean, you're really beating that into the ground, Andrew. Nobody's really said it for over a month. I mean, it's one of those things. It came and went faster than I thought.
She's
it would.
trying
I
to
thought
bring
was
it
sticking around
back.
for a while, but it's really gone. But I mean, it's ridiculous.
She's
all
bringing
you get,
Fifi back.
all you get, like 24 hours a day, is opinions from CNN and MSNBC.
Yeah.
You don't get the news. You
Well,
don't get
let me
News
ask
minus
you this.
opinions. Would everybody be happy?
Let me ask you this.
Right.
Meadow, let me ask you this.
I'm listening.
If let's agree that what he's doing isn't necessarily the correct thing to do.
I don't necessarily approve of what he's doing either. Just my
right. If he stopped doing that, do you think everything else would change?
No.
I think CNN and NBC would have to actually report some news if he stopped tweeting, because that's all they talk about.
And that's my thing exactly. If he would stop doing this nonsense,
They never.
no one would care. They would be critical of his policies, like they were critical of Obama's policies, versus Obama tweeting people every day, left and right.
And when he stands at a podium and gives a speech, they don't cover it. They don't talk about it.
Because his speeches are
They
always
just
end up
go after
about.
they just go after the tweets and say everything's inappropriate.
Well, he doesn't give a speech every day, but second, the speeches he usually gives ends up talking about himself somehow.
He is the president. These people are very critical of what he's doing.
Yeah.
So he has to, he's backed against the wall. He's on the ropes every day because of the way the
But he
media
put
handles
himself there, though. That's the thing. He put himself
That's
there.
what happens when you're president.
True. You go and yeah. I mean, there's countless of history stuff from presidents back in the day to now where they understand the media spot and it just rolls off their back and they go on doing what they're doing.
Right.
That's what he's doing.
But he's taking it personally
He
and
is.
lashing out at them.
They are throwing him against the wall.
They throw Obama against the wall for 8 years. Matter of fact, he helped them. So how can he turn around now when now it's his job?
He's
and now
only been in
upset
office
about it?
a couple of months,
And
5
how
months,
horrible is that?
6 months,
3.5,
whatever
4
it is.
years.
No, that's what I mean.
You know what I mean? And I mean, it's a moot point at this point in you
No,
know,
no,
discussion. But like,
Mike,
I
no, I
mean,
said before you guys,
he's not going to stop tweeting. So,
But
let's-
imagine, you know what? Look at the outrage and the passion that people have just over the media issue. Let's move this passion and all of this to issues that really matter.
Being constructive.
Amen.
You know, it just
I
every
agree.
day. I think it just we're at the point now when it comes like to this whole thing with the media. The media fires back too. You know, that's the thing is it's not just him. The media goes back. It's just this back and forth, tit for tat, and it's just getting played out.
and nobody's solving the healthcare crisis.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? The House bill is going to die in the Senate. That's what I heard today on the news. It's like, okay, that's great. All these people that
Senate
are
bill or the House
arguing,
bill?
all these people who are arguing over healthcare have incredible medical coverage. They could care less what the citizens of the United States have. Because if they had to have Obamacare, they wouldn't want it.
I hate the name. I hate when they call it Obamacare because it's not. It's not. And I
The
hate to
Affordable
be-
Care Act.
Yeah, right. It is the Affordable Care Act, but just
Created
because the
by
media-
Obama.
Right. It is created, but the thing was, the media is the one who changed it into
He
Obamacare.
made-
No, it wasn't the
You
media.
know what? He made
it wasn't
a
the
law.
media. It was actually the Senate people did that.
Really, I just think
Yeah.
I think it's retarded.
He
I
turned-
don't want
they
to say
did it-
that word either.
He turned
Goodness.
They did it.
healthcare.
He did, but it's the Affordable Health Care Act. And, you know, people will argue with you. If you ever gone to someone and said that it is not called Obamacare, and people will argue with you that
Yeah,
technically
because that's what those people in
is-
Congress called it, just
and I
to
just-
insult them.
He turned
I think
healthcare.
it was
He
an
turned
insult.
healthcare into a law and made it mandatory that we have to have it, and it's terrible. I mean, how good is it if he makes you have to have it? The senators and the
Right, and people
House of
don't.
Representatives, they don't have Obamacare.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't.
And
They,
now-
they don't,
and-
Drew, and they will never get
And
it.
now they want to get a stipend for living expenses. Did you know that?
You know, I haven't dug
Yeah.
into it more. Siobhan, do you have anything for us, or do you
No,
got a
that's
pickup
all I
line?
got.
Give us a line before we go to break.
We got a few.
Wait, let Siobhan give us one.
All right.
Go for it.
Well, I'm not a guy, but this is a guy delivering the pickup line. You make my software turn into hardware. Lou likes that one.
Lou, why are you turning red? Right. Give us one more before we go to break, Ange.
Okay. Are you the Obi-Wan for me?
Oh.
I'll be Burger King and you be McDonald's. I'll have it my way and you'll be loving it.
We're going to take a break right now. Make sure you stay tuned right here on Facebook Live or on 24/7 Miami Radio. You are listening to Now Trending again right here on 24/7 Miami Radio. Please stay tuned.
Pass the time away and talk about their homes. And there's a girl in this harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say brandy.
Hiya, this is Harley
Fetch
Quinn, and you're on
another
24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like
Simple Jack
and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv.
We talk about sports.
And other things.
Like what? W eating chips.
I can't put these chips down.
247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from
4 to 6.
on 247miami.tv.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 247miami.tv.
It's now trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from 4 to 6 on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Siobhan, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day. By day.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m.
Only on 247miami.tv.
Out trending every Monday from
4 to 6
on 247miami.tv.
This is Chris Metal here for Now Trending, coolest show on 247miami.tv. Join us every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Joey Canizero, your host, Drew Dawkins, Siobhan, and Chris Metal. Every Monday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern on 247miami.tv.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
The views and opinions expressed on Now Trending are those of hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station.
Welcome back to Now Trending right here on 24/7 Miami Radio. And thank you for listening, our Facebook listeners and viewers. You can catch us at facebook.com/Now Trending 247. You can also find us on Twitter at Now Trending 247. Why does I get stuck on that all the time? But
I don't know. It's the same as
And then
Facebook. So.
Twitter's linked to Periscope. So again, it is at Facebook /Now Trending 247. Well, that's on Facebook, but at Twitter, it's at Now Trending 247. It's too
All the
much to
same.
keep up with. Quick, because we're having our celebration today, our 4th of July celebration. Now, I just childhood memories going back to elementary school. You know, in elementary school, they seem to teach us more about America. We had to learn, you know, like the preamble. Does anybody remember having to memorize the preamble in elementary school?
No. We didn't memorize that.
We didn't have to memorize it.
We had to memorize it and repeat it for our teachers.
You guys are weirdos.
No, I didn't know.
Chris, you were sorry to interrupt your side conversation.
Oh, that's okay.
No,
Angie
I'm
asked me a
joking.
question.
I know, I'm joking. But do you recall, like in elementary school, did you ever have to memorize the preamble?
We memorized that one, and we had to write it down the next morning.
Yeah.
Like teachers just gave us a blank piece of paper. And the other one was the first paragraph of the Gettysburg Address.
Right.
We had to know the 407 years ago. We had to write the whole thing word for word, or we failed.
And then did you have to know all 50 states? Like we had to.
Yeah,
we had to know the
50
states and the capitals.
Now, how did you
Yep.
guys remember those?
I
did you have a
just was
song?
smart. No.
You didn't have a song?
My
No.
daughter, they taught her with a song. Yes.
No.
I remember the song. I don't remember how it goes, but I remember that the class next to us, they sang it so loud we heard it through the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ours went Alabama and Alaska,
Yeah.
Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, and Connecticut, and more, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii,
Okay, what's the
Idaho,
state capitals?
Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, still 35 to go. Kansas City, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine,
Wow.
Maryland, Massachusetts, and good old Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, and Montana. Nebraska's 27 and 28's Nevada. Ooh, I forgot the rest.
That would not work as a pickup line.
But it just reminds me. I mean, again, in elementary school, though, we even had to memorize the preamble. So I'm going to say it because they say we learn things that we never use later in life. So now that this date, do you know the preamble?
No, I was actually gonna ask you, what school did you go to so I can retake my courses? What school did you go to?
But again, it's important. They actually say it's important to know the preamble because you should know these phrases in the event should, I guess, anything illegal happen. But it's we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Can I tell you a secret?
Good job, Joey.
Thank you.
The welfare part got blown out of proportion in the last 200-something years.
Can I tell you?
Obama.
I think this proves
Drew
it that I
has-
don't deserve to celebrate 4th of July.
She's just here for the fireworks.
Tell us, Drew. She's just here for the beer and fireworks.
Exactly.
Where's the beer? The more beer?
Can you imagine everybody jumping the electrified fence and making it, and I'm just here for the beer and fireworks?
They're not going to jump across, especially if they're drunk first. They're going to misjudge the distance.
Tell us, Drew. What were you going to say?
That I learned most of that stuff during watching Schoolhouse Rock, to be honest with you.
See?
Yeah.
But it was just important as kids. Like, we had to
We
learn
learned it in school,
with the
but-
national anthem. We, the Star Spangled Banner.
Well, we said that every day. We said
Yeah,
that,
and also, okay, we'd say the Pledge of Allegiance, but after we said the Pledge of Allegiance, we would also it was the Pledge of Allegiance, and in my country tis the
sing?
sweet land of liberty. We had
Wow.
to sing that
Liberty,
after. We'd have to say the pledge, and then we had to sing.
We learned the books of the Bible.
What?
That's the kind of school I
That's
went
what's
to.
wrong with this country.
Serious?
They're taking God and guns out of schools. That's the problem.
But you know what? I have to say there is something to memorizing the preamble, but how many kids actually understand what all that
It's what
means?
it said,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's one
'cause
thing
it
to
was in
memorize
fifth
it, but if
grade.
you don't know what it says, what's the point of memorizing?
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, I understand it now. I'm not in 5th grade anymore.
It's not, but it was
a
in-
10-year-old isn't going to understand
It's true
what
if
that
you
all
think in
means.
5th grade.
But you memorize it at that age and you still remember it.
True.
So now you can define it and you can break it down and understand.
The only part I remember from 5th grade is "We the people of the United States."
because that's all in the big letters on the thing, right?
exactly.
I just remember the big
Thanks.
words.
Thanks, Chris. What do you got for us in sports? We're waiting for the mayor. The mayor, if you're listening to us, we are here today. We weren't here last week.
There are many sports topics we could talk about. We could talk about the All-Star
You're the
game
sports man. Give
and
it to us.
MLB.
So
or
what are
could
we gonna talk about?
Yeah, you're in charge.
NBA free agency, which I'll put in the back of the line because I could care
Okay.
less. So we'll kick it off
Cool
with
with that.
the MLB All-Star game that's coming up
Woohoo!
next week
Here.
here in South Florida, beautiful Miami.
And no one's hired me to work for
And
it yet.
not
I'm
yet.
so disappointed.
Lou, did you guys-
The phone will ring, Shiva.
Lou, did you guys tickets?
Front row,
The
yeah.
parking
The
lot.
Marlins guy seats.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go pass out some Power Crunch at the All-Star game.
There you go.
There we go.
I'll carry the box and walk
All
around
right,
with
we'll
him.
hire Chris for the day.
I'm in.
Be a Power
Wait,
Crunch
we've been in
guy.
that stadium. We know the back way in. Come on.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
we do. We
Yes,
know
we can
all
do
around
that.
that stadium. We know secret doors and
Come on, we can
everything.
do it, guys. Come on.
That place. Oh,
What's your name? Is that all right?
The home run derby, I would say, sounds more exciting than the actual game itself because of the participants in the home run derby. So, to me, it seems like that's going to be the focus, especially, they got the futures game, they got the rookie game, they got the
They have a celebrity game, right?
celebrity game, they got
Where
all
do you
the-
buy tickets to these things, man?
You know what? That's a good question, Drew, because
find
I
out
think
for you right
season
now.
ticket holders might
Yes,
get a
season
stake in
ticket
it
holders
because
get first dibs.
Yeah,
they
but
should.
after that,
And because that's the only time Marlins Park will be sold out this season, will be at the All-Star game and the home run derby.
yeah.
no, they'll be sold out when the Yankees
Out of
come, the
60,000
Cubs come, the Mets come.
Yeah, but they don't sell out, dude.
They'll sell out when those teams come.
the selling out means that the last row where there's like 3 or 4 seats next to the big air conditioning unit, when those seats are
And that
full,
big door,
that's a
Chris?
sellout. But when there's oceans of blue in the upper and middle decks, that's available seating for people, which will be full at the All-Star game.
Even when the nosebleed seats are full. That's what he's saying. Nosebleed seats are full
That's a
too.
sellout. Now, on the home opener, they got a lot of people. Now, if you put a good team in the home opener, you could get 90% full. But I don't think the Marlins are that talented that you're going to ever get a sellout for a regular season game.
Do you think new ownership will make a difference?
No. These ridiculous contracts are what's killing the Marlins. I love Stanton, don't get me wrong. But $318 million means I'm spending more money on beer when I get there. They jacked the price of beer, and the
Parking.
pizzas, and everything because
But
of,
isn't part of that 300 on million incentives and so forth? So
right, a lot of it's backloaded and things like that. But still, they have to have that money on hand when it comes time to pay him. because I think he'll nail at least 75 to 80% of that contract, the incentives part. I really do. If he stays healthy and doesn't get, you know, a fastball in the jaw
again,
and he can play, then he's going to hit a lot of those records easily. He's going to put the ball in the seats. He's going to put the ball in play. He's going to pound the hell out of the ball.
Is he the best player they got?
You know what? If they were playing well, I could give you a better answer. But because they're under 500 and they're struggling, there's no best player because the numbers aren't there. I mean, Yelich has pretty decent numbers. Justin Bour's tearing the hell out of the ball, and he plays a mean first base. So I give the Bour before anybody else. But the thing is, they're underachieving as a team, and that's what kills it. Doesn't matter one or two players doing really well. If the team's suffering, nobody's going to buy in, and I'm definitely not going to go to any games. Same thing with the Panthers. When they're playing well, the place is 3/4 full. Now, if it's a team from Canada, then it's a sellout. Montreal's here, forget it, sold out, no matter what.
I understand it's sold out.
But weekend games during the hockey season, majority of it's full. And when they're playing well, a lot of people are going to go. But when they're playing like
crap,
yeah, no one's going to go.
Is that a situation that every home team faces?
Absolutely. That's your bread and butter. If you're playing well, people are going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there was a local radio station down here that broadcast the Yankees, syndicated throughout the country.
The Yes
I'm not
Network?
gonna say no. There's a radio station down here. You can get on your AM dial. They didn't have them in the first couple of weeks of the season because they weren't playing well.
Mm-hmm.
Then Aaron Judge goes on a tear, becomes the #1 most popular guy being voted into the All-Star game. They were in first place up until last week, and now everybody's covering it. That radio station's got the games on again, and I look forward to listening to the games on the radio. You know, but only when they were playing well, people were there at the stadium. Even for the bad teams, like when Oakland came to town, when LA came to town, people were showing up because the Yankees were playing well. They want to see Aaron Judge hit home runs and Gary Sanchez hit home runs.
Well, that's I would definitely go if a bad team was playing because the bad team, because you're going to see runs. You're going to see home runs. You're going to see good play from your team. So it's a guaranteed win.
But if your team or if the team is not playing well, people aren't going to go. Even if a bad team comes in, you see two bad teams playing. That's like when Louis was texting us from Citi Field. I asked
That would be Joyce.
I said, who are they playing? And he said the Phillies. And I just threw up a bunch of Z's on the thing. That's such a yawner because both teams are playing terribly.
Yeah.
I believe we have the mayor on the phone. Stand by.
Did you hang up on the mayor?
I did no such thing. He hung up.
Well, real quick, Drew, I have an update for you. If you're
Sure.
interested still in the All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball game, you can buy tickets for that. It is this Sunday, July 9th, and some of the featured players will be Jamie Foxx, Bernie Williams, Yvonne Pudge Rodriguez, I love him, Jenny Finch. Who else? I don't know most of these names. Ricky Henderson. I don't know the celebrity side.
Henderson,
yeah, Ricky Henderson. That's exciting. But some of these celebrity names, I
He
don't
just
know.
got his record passed over by Ichiro.
Al Leiter.
Leiter was a
there's
good pitcher.
Yeah, so some Yankees, Al Leiter and Bernie Williams there make me happy.
Bernie Williams, he's a great guitar player.
I have seen him play.
Yeah.
He used to live across the street from me in New York.
What? You don't like that dog?
I used to see him a lot.
What?
So anyway, I will send you the link if you want to buy tickets.
Hey, can you contact him and see if he can get us tickets?
Yeah, I didn't say I had his number. I said he lived across the street from me. But there is a bunch of All-Star game activities going on all week, starting I think the 7th. There's the fan stuff going on down at the convention center also. So yeah, if you can check it out, it should be
And
pretty
in
fun.
Miami Beach Convention Center?
I believe so. Fan Fest, that's what it's called. I was trying to think what it was called. Fan something. Oh, go.
Is the mayor on the phone?
No, he was there when he hung up.
Alright, so I gotta pick up line based on baseball. Okay.
Call it back.
If I was a baseball player, I know my way around the bases.
Don't get it.
First
You know,
base,
second base.
Home run.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
I just
But as a
don't
baseball
get it.
player, I know
Did you
my
write
way-
that one?
No.
People call me John, but you can call me tonight.
These are groaners.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, at least I came prepared with pickup lines. Yeah. Not saying anybody didn't. I'm just saying these are really funny. I'm just reading them. I mean, they're dives, but some of them are funny.
Are you related to Yoda?
No, why?
Because Yoda-licious.
Oh. Let
me turn off our mic.
You're so sweet. You could put Hershey's out of business.
What do we got? We got more sports.
Oh, you can talk about more sports.
Did you have Lucky Charms for breakfast? Because you look magically delicious.
Okay, I like that one.
Okay, back to the
Back to
sports.
sports.
Okay, back
Returning to sports.
I loved yours.
Yeah, Drew, what we were saying about attendance and stuff, it all hinges on how well the teams play. And the Marlins have too many flaws in their game right now to make people want to go and spend X amount of money on tickets and beers and food and parking and all those things. I'd rather stay home, watch it for free on TV, which I probably won't even watch because Jeopardy's on and then WWE Monday Night Raw comes on. Why am I going to watch the Marlins? I know what's going to happen. They're going to have a 4-0 lead. They're going to blow it in the 8th and lose the game. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
thanks for the vote of confidence.
I wish they would play better, but I'm just speaking from,
they've
what we've
had
seen
ups
so
and
far.
downs.
I'm trying not to bash them, but this is what's happening,
All right, let me switch you over. Let's go over to b-ball.
Which what, baseball?
Basketball.
Oh.
All right, so the Cavs lose to the Warriors.
Oh, breaking news.
Yeah, this just in.
Wow.
So they
We
lose
are
to the
on
Warriors
top of it.
in 5 games. Right? Are you surprised?
No, because the missing factor for Golden State came in a package by the name of Kevin Durant. He didn't really do anything besides become the MVP of the series because of what he did. They already had that team structure was already in place. He was that little fixture you put on the top. You know what I mean?
Do you think he made a difference if he was there last year?
Absolutely. Because they wouldn't have lost 3 in a row. They might have dropped 1, maybe, but they wouldn't have lost all 3 to lose the series in 7. So that being said, I really don't like the direction the NBA is going because there's going to be 5 super teams and 25 lousy teams. And it's just for home team fans of the 25 lousy teams, the Heat most likely being one of them. It's not going to generate revenue or excitement or a buzz or anything like that. And it's sad. But all these teams all these players feel the only way that they're going to get any rings is by going to teams like Golden State, Cleveland, San Antonio. I'm really reaching for super teams right now because Houston, Oklahoma City, because there's really not that many. There's star players spread out throughout the league, but there's some that are in areas. That,
just because you have a star player, i.e., first year of what's his face being here, they didn't win. Doesn't mean you're going to win,
right? But it's going to put butts in the seats and money in the drawer, and it's going to create a buzz on TV and on news media and all things like that. But if your team's playing terribly, it's not going to happen. Really
okay, so Paul George goes from Indianapolis, which was playing terrible for the last couple of years. Indiana, excuse me. I want to say they've been bad since
they kept losing the Heat in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he now goes to OKC.
They can make it to the playoffs like the Clippers and make it to the playoffs losing the first round. So he goes over to Oklahoma City because Russell Westbrook is still there. That's going to create some type of buzz. Maybe you pull one more free agent over or one pretty good player and turn it into something great. But Westbrook can't do it by himself, as you've seen. He tried to go head to head with James Harden for the MVP race, and they were neck and neck. But James Harden, the same thing, trying to build it all by himself in Houston. There's no way it's going to happen. You got these standout players who are phenomenal, but can't do it. Look at LeBron's first 7 years in Cleveland. They had nobody around him. They got Shaq 5 years after his prime. Oh, yeah, we're going to build it up with Shaq there. Shaq was limping up and down the court. It was the tail end of his career. You got him in his twilight. And nothing happened. So, I mean, hello. So
Troy just needs to laugh.
It's not going to be fun to watch at all. I find basketball to be my least favorite sport anyway.
Because you're white. I'm just joking.
Shots fired from the white girl.
Oh my God. Jesus, where'd that come from?
I was so
That's the pot calling the kettle white.
I didn't even see that bus. What in the
I am totally joking. But it was just
time for a pickup line.
one of those
moment. This
And with
calls
that
for
wonderful bit of
moment.
news, we're gonna.
It's a good.
You should see the pickup lines that
It's
Louis texting us right now.
It's a good thing I wore my gloves today. Otherwise, you'd be too hot to handle.
Ooh, OJ Simpson, if the glove fits.
Now,
damn.
I find basketball to be really boring because you can't defend the goal, and you barely touch somebody, you get thrown out of the game. You get a foul or something. Stupid.
So you're saying it's like a girl sport?
No, I didn't say that at all. They have the WNBA for that. I find it to be very boring, and I find it to be too much thug drama, you know. And those guys abuse Twitter way more than President Trump does, way more.
Yeah, but they're not the president.
But they're out there to set an example. You know what I mean? Yeah. Good etiquette, manners, respect, all sorts of things like that.
Okay, so let me flip it from there. Let's go over to. Well, I'm not going to touch football yet because I know we're going to have a show coming up later next month about football. So
talk about it.
We can talk about it.
Give her a few more minutes.
We have okay. Since I'm the one running the show.
Yeah, watch the clock there.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the NFL. We're going to go over each conference. No, there are 2 conferences. Just if you want.
All the conferences
and all the divisions within each of those conferences. We're going to save the AFC for last because Mikey's going to be here. You're going to be here. I'm going to be here, and all our teams that we root for are in AFC East. So we're going to save that one for last. That's going to be a long conversation there. Any questions that anyone want to have for that show, by all means, send them over to us. I don't think it's not going to be live.
When we have some social media addresses to
it'll be live,
right?
Okay, it's going to be live. We'll give you more details coming up later on down the road on Now Trending Facebook page.
Nothing wrong with teasing it, but
so like our page, Now Trending, and then you'll find out more information about that show.
Awesome. So before we go to break, did you guys have more in sports? Because I
was going to jump into WWE, but I mean, it's all up to you guys. You know where you want to go.
Joy likes to talk about WWE.
There's plenty
I
more
knew you had it
sports
on your show. I had a whole write up, and I want you guys to try the Canepa. Now?
Oh,
yes.
We have 4 minutes.
Before you continue,
4 minutes
I
to
do have
try.
a pickup line.
Yes, give it to us.
Okay, Joy, does this rack smell like chloroform?
Chloroform?
Chloroform.
Terrible.
I'll take a whiff. Let me take a whiff.
What's your name, Bundy?
Thanks, Angie.
Your name Bundy?
Hey, come here. Does this rag smell like chloroform?
Hi, my name's Ted Bundy.
Hi.
What does chloroform smell like?
Okay, so now I want you guys, because growing up, my sister and I used to eat these all the time. I was happy when I came into the studio today. Angie knew what it was. These are canepas. These are what I'm saying it the really gringo way. How would you say it in Spanish with a nice accent, Angie? Canepa.
Conepa.
Conepa. Okay, so I say canepas.
Konnichiwa.
Now, what it is, it's more known over in Puerto Rico. They call it the Spanish lime. However, they're really good. They say that
They
you've
look
never
like
eaten
limes.
these? Try one. I want you guys to try one because I want to just see. Make sure you get everyone's face on this, Lou. Okay,
Very
Chris.
scared.
What? No, I have to have dinner
Come on,
first.
Chris. If I have to
it's a
do
fruit.
it, you have to do it.
We don't have to wash them first.
No,
You don't eat the outside. You eat the
Can you give one
inside.
to Chris and Drew?
How do I
You
open
guys
this?
eat them first.
Here, we're gonna show you. Don't.
I'm on a diet.
Here.
Can't you tell?
Okay,
With my large Coke.
You're in a
They're
seafood diet?
really known in Puerto Rico. Okay, so what you're gonna do is,
No.
and down here, really, you can only buy them on the streets. Like, there's a vendor. I found them. Like,
Oh yeah, then no wonder there's traffic.
okay, so no, listen, you guys, don't listen. What you want to do is
Yeah, I
bite
want to trust
it.
the guy in the street.
Listen, okay, Drew, bite
This
it.
guy's holding up traffic.
Yeah, that's right. Look, just bite it real fast.
No.
Listen, bite it and break a hole in the skin.
All right, I got that.
Okay,
Oh,
now
sweet.
just peel it.
Sweet Jesus.
Just peel it like that. Look, peel it. Yeah, peel the
You bring
skin.
napkins too?
No.
You don't
It's gonna bleed all over my
I know,
laptop.
it's a
It's
little
not
messy.
going to. It's a seed. It's not going to bleed.
It's not going to.
Quit being a sissy.
I'm not.
Yeah, I've never expected you to
Break
act
it
like this.
open.
I'm breaking it.
You just squeeze it out. Watch out. If the seed's going to spit out, it's going to.
Don't say that to him. Come on.
Look, and now just pop the seed in your mouth. But now what? It's a seed. It's a huge
I don't
seed.
eat the whole thing, right?
No, but listen, you just kind of.
Am I gonna break a tooth?
No, you're going to scrape the meat off with your teeth. You see?
There's meat in this?
It's fruit meat.
This is too weird.
This is like dead air right now.
No,
What the hell
no.
is this?
This is no.
Why are you gonna
Look.
focus on me?
Pop the whole thing in your
Show
mouth.
them, isn't that exciting?
No, I'm not putting it in my mouth.
Pop the whole thing in your mouth.
She's
Got a
never
pickup
said that
line?
before.
It's not the
Try my
first time I said
Canepa?
that.
I mean, that's the first time you said that.
Spit my Canepa out.
I don't know. Okay.
Look at his face. Now eat the meat off the seed. Eat the meat off the seed. Look at Siobhan's face. Get her face. Get her face. What?
No, this is done. I'm done with this. No, they're not. What is this?
Yeah, yeah.
You done?
More than done.
Here. Add this shit to that. I mean, add it to that.
Oh, shit's fired.
Shit's fired.
Oh my god, it was horrible.
What a terrible experience that was. I'm seeing colors now.
That's it. Joy's buying dinner.
Joy buying those that watermelon martini, whatever we had.
This is
That was good.
Yeah, she's buying
Not
the first
this.
round for that.
Margarita was good.
You got to get the sour off, and then once you get the
Terrible.
sour off,
I don't like
it's good.
sour food. No.
No, you got.
No.
Like now, it's not sour.
Brutal.
We used to eat these as a kid all the time.
I'm
Did
sorry,
you
man.
grow up eating them as a kid? Welcome to
course.
Miami. This is
Yeah,
you're from
I grew up
Miami.
with
You eat
eating
these. You're
those.
from, I mean,
My
yeah.
grandpa used to have a tree,
Right.
so I would always climb it.
Everybody had a
These are
tree.
for you and Angie to share. None of us.
Yes.
That's fine. I can't
Well,
eat that
this
whole
is
thing.
our taste of South Florida. Again, we just wanted to introduce you foreigners.
I would rather we throw those at each other
They're crazy.
than trying to eat them.
It's wicked
And they're
curveball.
actually
I
good.
tried it. It hurts.
No, and they have good antioxidants. No, they're full of antioxidants
Oh,
that
it's a
they say fight
superfood.
cancer. It is
Right.
a superfood.
Yeah.
Don't you watch the internet?
More pickup lines.
Give us only one pickup line, Chris. One before we go to break. One.
Do you work for UPS? I could have sworn I saw you checking out my package.
Yeah. Well, that said, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we've got some odd news, and we're gonna be playing Disturbed Friends. So make sure you stay tuned to Now Trending right here on 24/7 Miami Radio.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hey, it's the guys from the couch, and we're coming to you now live on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock with your favorite segments like Simple Jack and W. Dubai Knows It All. Catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live on 247miami.tv.
We talk about sports.
And other things.
Like what? W eating chips.
I can't put these chips down.
247miami.tv.
The couch.
Hello, everyone. This is Drew from Now Trending. And usually I'm driving the bus in the show, keeping it from riding off on the rails. Every Monday from
4 to 6.
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m.
Only on 247miami.tv.
It's Now Trending. Make sure you catch a new episode every Monday from
4 to 6.
on 247miami.tv.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Join me, Siobhan, every Sunday for the latest episode of Day by Day. From Alzheimer's Awareness Month to International Bacon Day, find out what's happening this week and how these observances got started.
Each day.
Because each day counts.
Day by day. By day.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Roy from The Roy O Show. Just letting you know, guess what? The Roy O Show, it's back, baby. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be Prosper, O, and yours truly covering everything. Sports, TV, entertainment, comics, Walking Dead, you name it, we're talking about it. Join us this Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m.
Only on 247miami.tv.
Out trending every Monday from
4 to 6.
on 247miami.tv.
This is Chris Metal here for Now Trending. Coolest show on 247miami.tv. Join us every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Joy Canizero, your host, Drew Dawkins, Siobhan, and Chris Metal. Every Monday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern on 247miami.tv.
You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
topping the box office this weekend. Number 3.
For my world to live, yours must die.
Transformers: The Last Night, with 17 million and 102 million overall. Number 2.
So what is it you do?
I'm a driver.
Oh, like a chauffeur. Anyone I'd know?
I hope not.
Baby Driver, with 21 million and 30 million overall. And number 1.
Bueno. Piñuf. Bueno. Piñuf. Bueno. Piñuf. No hay piñuf.
Despicable Me 3, with 75.4 million. Opening this week.
I'm sick of Mr. Stark treating me like a kid.
But you are a kid.
Yeah, a kid who can stop a bus with his bare hands.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. Several months after the events of Captain America's Civil War, Peter Parker, with the help of his mentor, Tony Stark, tries to balance his life as an ordinary high school student in Queens, New York, while fighting crime. As his superhero alter ego Spider-Man as a new threat, the Vulture emerges. Starring Tom Holland, Michael Keaton, and Robert Downey Jr.
When I was little and we used to move all the time, I would write these notes and I would fold them up really small and I would hide them.
What did they say?
They were just like things I wanted to remember so that if I ever wanted to go back, there'd be a piece of me there waiting.
A Ghost Story. A singular exploration of legacy, love, loss, and the enormity of existence. A recently deceased white-sheeted ghost returns to his suburban home to try to reconnect with his bereft wife. Starring Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara.
Favorite song.
Does mine work? And we're back here to Now Trending on 24/7 Miami Radio. We want to thank our listeners over on Facebook for listening to us. We're at facebook.com/NowTrending247. Also find us on Twitter at NowTrending247. So we are back.
Joy, can I open up with a pickup line?
You can, baby, bring it. Bring it.
There will only be 7 planets left after I destroy Uranus.
Oh my God.
I think that was the worst of the worst.
I got
today.
one.
Oh no, it gets worse.
That was a good one, though.
It gets worse.
I got one. Do you like bacon?
No.
Want a strip? You're so hot, you must have started global warming.
Woo!
Oh jeez.
My goodness. Well, real fast before we get to Siobhan, because you have a Netflix update, we're going back onto our civilization test.
Civilization?
I mean,
Civilization.
Civilization.
Citizenship.
What's that?
Citizenship.
People?
Are you fit to be a civilized, to live among civilization?
There is
Are
no
you fit to be-
civilization amongst us.
No,
How about
it's
this
not.
one? Trick question. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted?
Oh, I know.
Go ahead, Drew.
17.
Wasn't it 1780 or something like that?
83.
What day, though? I went the whole day.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
August 3rd.
When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? What day?
You said what year?
I said
No,
what
she
day.
did not say
I
anything
did
about
not.
a year.
When was the Declaration of Independence adopted?
This is not a trick question. July 4th, 1776.
July 4th, 1776. They got the 17 part, but couldn't get this.
He said
July 4th.
1783.
And then he says August.
But by the time they got around to everyone signing it, wasn't it like later on?
It was in August 2nd that everybody finally eventually
August
signed it, but it was adopted on July 4th.
So we can have a party on August 2nd also.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay, fine.
Real fast.
Like we need an excuse to party.
Who wrote the Declaration of Independence?
Oh, I know who did that. Jamal.
Oh, is that a pickup line?
Drew. Who?
That would have been TJ and his buddy B.
Justin Timberlake backwards?
Ooh.
His buddy
Timberlake
BF.
Justin?
Thomas Jefferson.
Ben Franklin.
You got
And
it.
Thomas
TJ.
BF. is Ben
It just
Franklin.
has Thomas Jefferson.
He was his BF,
Was BF.
Ben Frank.
Yeah.
Ben Frank, yeah.
Boyfriend, Ben Franklin, or best friend?
Best friend.
They had besties back then.
JK, JK.
That bromance was for real.
Yeah.
See, that's where the bromance started. The bromance didn't start with Obama and Joe Biden.
They just carried it on.
That's it. Part of
Yeah.
American history. So, Siobhan, you've got some Netflix and what other updates?
I thought it was Hulu, but it's actually Amazon Prime.
It is Amazon Prime.
So coming to Netflix this month. Here's just an overview. I'll give you some of the good ones, or actually names that I recognize. And of course, my computer has frozen at this very moment.
Uh-oh.
Break
the ice.
Yeah, this is
Fat Penguin.
fun.
Keep calling me a fat penguin, buddy.
You like it.
It was hysterical.
Keep
Sorry,
calling
you're
me
gonna
a
get
fat
5
penguin.
across the lips, you know.
I am literally experiencing technical difficulties, so I apologize. But I can tell you right now, Best in Show, Are We There Yet? And yeah, that's all I'm going to say because all those I don't recognize. And my
What about
computer-
Orange is the New Black? Isn't that I mean, was that because it just started? But is that?
Well, if there's a new season, they'll release it, but I don't think that's being
Yeah,
released.
it
right
was
now.
just a new season, just released today.
Sorry, I know this is not good radio. Sorry, but
Come on,
I did
Siobhan.
not
Oh, are you
memorize
stuck?
all these.
Go pick up lines.
You're stuck there.
Yeah, literally.
We'll
so.
take Netflix for 100, Siobhan.
Well, let's talk about not.
But
real
I do.
news.
Wait. I will say, for Drew coming to Amazon is
Yes.
Star Trek's 1 through 9.
1 through 9. That would be all the way up to Nemesis, I believe.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. And Proof of Life is coming to Netflix. Matchstick Men. That's a good movie.
Proof of Life. Isn't that with Meg Ryan and Russell Crowe?
I don't remember. Yeah,
Yeah?
sure.
The one that
Lou
he's
says yes.
supposedly cheated on
Titanic.
Great.
Oh, I know how that movie ends. I don't want to spoil you, but
Everybody knows how it ends.
Don't tell me how it
get your
ends.
ice tray out.
Does
All right,
the
I'm sure your heart will go
Does
on.
the ship sink?
No, in this version it does not.
Oh, look,
They
she's got a
did it so
version
they
where the
both
ship
could fit,
doesn't
yeah.
sink.
Yes, that's the one that you can catch on Netflix. Okay, so Amazon Prime Video, you can catch 48 Hours and another 48 Hours.
Nice.
Breakfast
Eddie
at
Murphy.
Tiffany's, Bull Durham, Braveheart. I don't recognize a lot of these, but you should check them out to see some
Flashdance.
Flashdance. Joy just saw
Oh, what a
Flashdance.
feeling.
Ghost Bride. That sounds familiar. Lazarus, Day of the Living Dead. Sounds scary.
What about Twilight Zone? I mean, like nobody. You know
Love it.
what?
I'm on season 3 right now.
Okay, but everybody who they brought back everything, but they haven't brought back the Twilight Zone. It's.
Bring it back. How?
I mean, they have remakes of everything.
The show was way ahead of its time.
But I know,
Right.
but it should. They've taken classics and they've been bringing them back, and it's not like
This-
They
anything.
should redo that,
this
like
one-
Roseanne.
No, but I mean, it's just like we've lost the Twilight Zone. Like
we
a lot
didn't.
of people don't know about the Twilight Zone. You don't
We-
see it on T-shirts like how you see Metallica.
But Metallica's still around.
I know, but even before they came back, no, because I want to see the Twilight
It's that
Zone.
fruit
Go to
smoothie.
Netflix.
I know, but I'm saying like you have to go to Netflix and dig. It's just something that
You
came
just
across.
go and search. It's right there. I mean, I
When's the
love it.
last time you've
I
seen a
watch it all
Twilight
the
Zone T-shirt.
I don't know that they marketed that back in the 50s when
Okay,
it was on.
And one more update I have to say because Drew is also very excited about this one.
Boy. Drew, you're
that
excited?
on YouTube has a Bob Ross channel, and you can watch every episode of The Joy of Painting.
Happy little trees.
Yes.
Happy clouds.
It's the best news in the last 24 hours.
Woo!
Yeah.
Can't wait to go home and watch it.
Okay, so that's my updates for Netflix.
Drew, you should do a fro like he had.
I did.
Chris, Lou's holding his hand up. Do we have a comment, Lou? You've been sleeping over there in the comments. I'm begging people for comments. They're probably commenting all along. And
Lou's watching Netflix on his
Ma-
phone.
I better get a library card because I'm checking you out.
oh, nice.
Mama Metal did watch the first hour and 20 minutes, but she had to go.
I know. I
so-
loved her comment. Oh, today?
Just now, yeah.
Oh, tell Mama Metal we said hello.
We'll
I
do.
like that.
Hey.
The good thing is, it's like you should go back and watch it even when it's over.
She can. No, absolutely. But see,
She
no,
had
when
to step
again,
away.
I'm going to get a library card because I'm checking you out.
I better get a library card because I'm checking you out.
Yeah, baby.
You
Who
are
did
the-
that come from? Hopefully not my mom.
You are
My
the
mom. He said, yeah. Go ahead, Mom. Give us more.
Mom's checking out people. Okay, I see. Uh-huh.
Go, Mom.
Uh-huh.
I'm scared to what else she has.
Don't be scared.
Go ahead. Lou has another one. As long as
Do you have a mirror in your pocket because I can see myself in your pants?
All right, I got one. All right, Joey, I got one. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, hey, why don't you come sit on my lap and we can talk about the first thing that pops up?
Oh gosh, this is getting off the rails.
I
don't know why it reminded me of one of the little thermometer things in a roasting chicken. You said that.
I
the little
think-
thing pops up.
Yes.
I think it's time I tell you what people are saying behind your back. Nice ass.
Oh, woo! I like that one. So let's move on to news. This
No,
week
please.
that has been reported. That is not news. So
Oh, CNN.com. Hold on, let me go to it. Shots fired.
see the opinions? You know you complain about news people and their opinions, and then you go with your opinion. You see? So back to
Because this actually happened.
news that's been reported that is not news. This is this week. Whataburger files for bankruptcy. All locations to close by August 1st.
What?
This
Yeah,
really
not
had
true. A burger?
people in it. Whataburger.
What? A burger?
Yeah, so this really had people in an uproar. So the facts: the Texas-based fast food chain has taken to social media to quash a series of false stories claiming it was going out of business. When clicked, the stories inform the reader that the headline is a prank. Nevertheless, Whataburger posted messages on Facebook and Twitter on Wednesday saying the article is a hoax and we're not going anywhere. You've had Whataburger, Siobhan?
No, I have not.
Isn't that a California thing?
No, that's
too?
In and Out.
Yeah.
Pick up line.
I was gonna say that's In and Out, yeah, and my mind was going somewhere.
I'll bet it was.
It really was.
It always does. And out.
Ugh. I have had. Yeah.
That
I have
place
not
is
had
great.
Whataburger.
You never have?
No. Chris seems to
Oh, no,
have.
I was saying In and Out. I was saying that
Jack in
place
the
is great.
Box.
Jack in the Box is not
Yeah.
here.
No, but have you had a Jack in the Box? I mean,
Yes.
is it really that as great as
Jack in the
everybody
Box.
says?
Jack in the Box is good. Like their ultimate cheeseburger is really good. What I love and hate about Jack in the Box are their tacos, which are just so disgustingly good. Like they're so gross,
You hate
but they're
them 'cause they're
so
just disgustingly good.
But they're just. Chris, have you had these? You're
I-
laughing like you know.
I have a Jack in the Box story, but I'll
But
wait till you
their
finish.
tacos are
Uh-oh.
really greasy and kind of gross with a slab of cheese just on it. But they're so good.
Yeah.
That's one thing I
They're
have
so
to have.
gross with a slab of cheese, but they're so gross. I love it because it's making me want one.
I wish I could bring one for you because
If we-
they're so gross, but they're so good.
If you jump into the old Wayback Machine, back in the 80s, there was a huge E. coli breakout from Jack in the Box.
Yes.
We learned it. I was in 6th grade, and my teacher put on a videotape, VCR tape of like E. coli stories, and the whole thing was Jack in the Box. So every time I hear a Jack in the Box reference, I can't believe they're still open.
But they're open in lots of places around the country, just not in like the places where I've been living recently, Florida and New York.
However, though, I have a comeback to my mom's library card.
You thought
pickup
this
line.
long?
Yeah, you remind me of an overdue library book because you got fine written all over you.
Oh my goodness.
This is
I
terrible.
think we're awesome.
Do you want to say that one?
Somebody save me.
Without laughing?
What's next, Joy?
Okay, we got one more news story that's not news. That was reported this week. So this is not real. Pence calls gays to voluntarily quit jobs with God-fearing employers so we can avoid laws that reject them. Again, that is not true, but that's what was reported this
I
week.
wouldn't be surprised.
The facts. This article from the Newslow group of admitted satire sites, first published in November, claims that during an interview with Fox News, then Vice President-elect Mike Pence called on gays to quit working so they won't get fired by conservative employers. There's no evidence such an interview exists. Newslow bills itself as the first hybrid news satire platform on the web. So there we have it. Mike Pence did not say that.
Okay.
Good
Joy,
to know.
We have a pickup line for you.
Go for it.
Okay, my love.
She can't even say it.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine after pickup lines today? We're moving on to disturbed friends in just a few minutes. I don't know how we'll make it through the last 10 minutes of the show. It's really.
My love for you is like diarrhea.
Oh.
I just can't hold it in.
That's supposed to work on someone? Oh.
Yeah.
No.
No, the other way, Drew.
There's no diarrhea
God,
on Netflix. Let's take a look and see what's here. Yeah.
Oh my God. Where are we going with this?
I
Oh
have
my
no
God,
idea.
look what's here.
Hey, you want to pick up lines?
Direct us, Joy. Direct us.
I don't know if we should go on odd news or should we just move on to disturbed friends?
Disturbed
We've got
friends.
12 minutes. Do you want to give an odd news story? Do you want to read your odd news story?
I can read a
Cynthia?
quick odd news.
Give us your 2 odd news stories.
Well, I'm only going to do one.
Okay.
That way we can get to the Friends thing faster.
Okay.
So, in odd news, Salvador Dali, who died in 1989,
love
by the
him.
way, is going to be exhumed amid a paternity suit. A Madrid court ordered this is last Monday, that the remains of Spanish surrealist artist Salvador Dali be exhumed. The move comes as a woman who claims to be his daughter filed a paternity claim. The woman, who was born in 1956, claims she is Dali's child as a result of an extramarital tryst with her mother, who worked as a maid. According to a statement from the Madrid Supreme Court, the objective of the exhumation is to get samples of his remains to determine whether he is the biological father of this woman who filed the claim to be recognized as the daughter of the artist. And by the way, Salvador Dali was born in 1904, and as I said, he died in 1989. He married his wife, Gayla, I guess, in 1934, but they never had any of their own children. And she died in 1982. So I guess if this woman who claims to be Salvador Dali's daughter is, I don't know, maybe she's in line to inherit some money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No one to get a free paycheck.
Trying to get some
But
notoriety.
if that really is her father, she has the right to know.
Absolutely.
So
Sure.
I think.
There you go.
Wow,
We
Cartagena.
need
I
that.
mean, are we going now? I've got 2 more that are just awful.
She's
2
dying
more
to read
pickup
her.
lines.
Oh, pickup lines. Okay.
Here's one. Imagine if some guy comes up to you and says this: "You're almost as hot as my mom."
Oh.
Whoa.
That would be wrong.
How about this?
Stay away from that.
You look exactly like my future ex-wife.
Hmm.
How do you expect that to start?
Okay, so we're moving on to Disturbed Friends, or you guys?
Oh, please.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that.
We had a funny
Anything
news
with you.
story here. We're watching the video on it right now.
Huh? Okay, good. Well, we've got Disturbed Friends here, as everyone can see over there. As it says, this game should be banned. What we're gonna do is everybody has 3 cards. You have
Yes.
A, B, and C, right? Everybody have your A, B, and C cards.
And pretty colors.
Okay. Now, first we need to decide who is the least dysfunctional, who's the least disturbed out of all of us. Is what we
Me.
need to take a vote.
Me.
Least disturbed. Me.
Me.
I think that would be me.
I say
Do we
Drew.
all win?
No. Okay. Who is the least disturbed?
Me.
Me.
Drew. I say Drew
Oh, thank you.
Why?
is the least disturbed.
Why is that?
I'm sorry.
I just think
Don't
She's
apologize that I'm not disturbed.
you think that she's
might
the
take it as
least
a compliment.
disturbed. Okay. Do we have a coin?
I don't know. We'll
No.
take turns here, being the least disturbed.
Okay, so do you want whoever's the least
I'll
disturbed?
go
you gotta
first because I know
first
how to
the
play
question.
this.
Okay, so guys, Siobhan is going to pick a question out of her box.
I might have to pick a couple if the first one
Out
is.
of the box. Okay, listen. She's gonna read off the question. Are you guys listening? Darling?
Okay, this is.
Yes, we're listening.
All right.
Okay, if it's that bad,
This
like I
one's
said, if
just
it's
kind of not as
raunchy,
great.
I don't want it on. But what she's gonna do is she's gonna read out a question and she's gonna read out 3 answers.
This is kind of funny.
Okay, we need to choose either A, B, or C. What we think that if that's Siobhan,
That
okay?
I will choose.
That she will choose. We need to choose the answer she would choose. Now, don't show anybody. Just pick your A, B, or C and put it down in front of you.
Okay.
Okay, you guys get it? So she's
Okay, I
gonna
picked D.
read.
You can't pick yet. You don't know what the options are.
Okay, so again, this is about Siobhan. Go ahead and ask the
So
question about
Siobhan
yourself.
says, I think we should just get rid of A, Justin Bieber, B, big corporations, or C, gingers. Not ginger, gingers.
Like redheads?
Yes.
Yes. Now repeat the question
Oh,
again.
kids.
Repeat the question so everybody can hear it in the options.
Siobhan says, I think we should just get rid of Justin Bieber, big corporations, or gingers.
Are we all ready to answer?
And
Okay.
honestly, I don't like any of these answers because I wouldn't choose any of these.
What-
But given that I
which-
have to choose one,
What would you choose?
did everybody decide already?
I did.
Yes, Drew.
Drew?
Yes.
Are you playing, Drew?
Do we hold them up?
Yes, I'm playing.
Not
I'm
yet.
looking
She
at
let
this.
her reveal first.
So given those 3 choices, I would say A. Justin
Oh,
Bieber.
I said you get rid of gingers.
Why?
Wait,
I
why?
had one.
What's wrong with ginger?
I'm not into gingers.
It's
I
not
know a
about
bunch of
you.
gingers
You
that
don't
come in
like
here
a
and take
real-
care of
Are
that.
you a real ginger?
Yes.
Does your carpet match the drapes?
Oh, shots fired.
Drew, what did you say?
I said B.
Oh, corporations.
Come on.
Yeah.
No. So I guess
Really?
Democrat.
Angie and Chris won that one.
Oh.
We said A. Oh, I said A.
So they get here. They each get a winning card.
Oh,
Yeah, you
nice.
get. Look at the winning.
We finally won something.
Look at the other side. Wait, Angie, look at the other side of yours.
Oh, jeez. That ain't much of a win.
So Drew's the next least disturbed.
Yeah,
I'm
Drew.
actually disturbed. What do I do?
Okay, pick a card.
Choose a card. If it's X-rated, choose another card.
If,
If
that's
it's
a
not
fun
suitable
card.
for air,
X-rated, then don't. Yep.
not suitable for air, choose another.
Air?
The airwaves.
Uh,
Come on, Drew.
Is this okay to read?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. No, we have to go home. Okay,
Again,
next
wait.
question.
Again, this is only a game, Mrs. D. It's only a game, and again, it's called Disturbed
Oh.
Friends.
Oh, here we go.
And
See
it
where this
says
is going.
This game
Yeah.
should be banned. Okay, we're just playing a game.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go. Now this is about Drew.
The worst invention of all time.
You changed it.
You
You
changed
jerk.
it.
You
I said
jerk.
that. The worst invention of all time is A, the selfie stick, B, the mullet, or C, affirmative action.
Affirmative action.
Affirmative action.
So these are what you would answer.
Yes.
Say the question again.
The worst invention of
A,
all time.
the selfie stick, B, the mullet, or C, affirmative action.
Don't say it yet, Chris.
I didn't
I
say
got my
anything.
answer.
Now, what would Drew pick to answer that?
I got my answer.
Okay. Drew, what's your answer?
My answer is A, the selfie stick.
Oh, I'm going to change my answer. I'm just kidding.
See.
Oh my God! You're playing the wrong card. You play the race card.
What's up
Wow,
with that?
Joy.
Who loves the
I
selfie
said
stick?
D.
Drew loves the selfie stick.
He does not.
No,
He's got one, and it has all
I
kinds
do.
of special
Doesn't mean I like
buttons.
it.
Because he uses it for family things. Capture
He's got-
moments.
He even
That's my
got the
hand,
special
actually.
one. He got the special
No,
one
he's
with
got
little
super
buttons.
long arms to
Long
take
arm
the
like here.
pictures.
Only you won that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you pick the next question.
I have to
Give
say,
him a winning card.
No, I'll just
Oh,
take the
give him a
winner.
winning card. Yeah, you got to give him a winning card.
Oh, I won. That's right.
One of the little ones is a winning card.
there you go. There you go, winning card, sir.
The one
Yeah,
that says
right.
winning.
That's me in 50 years.
Pick a card, Chris.
Come on.
Again, if it is like really raunchy, please don't.
Suitable
Wait,
for air.
Hold on. What is Drew? Lou. Drew Lou. What are you saying?
It's nothing. It's a side conversation.
Can't do that
Don't
one.
just come on.
Oh,
Pick a card.
stupid.
You told him to choose one that's
You said you wanted
appropriate.
it to be good for air.
Go. There
How
we
about I
go.
give a pickup line?
I
I
like
know.
got
Wait,
it.
wait, wait. We got it. We got it.
Okay.
Erical.
Go ahead.
I like little bunny.
I would screw up A, shaving a friend's balls.
Ew.
B,
God.
an IQ test. And C, if any of you pick C, I'm never speaking to you again. Raising a child.
You would screw up that?
Raising a child?
Well,
A, B, or C. Shaving a friend's balls. B, an IQ test. C, raising a child.
I'm stuck.
Thanks.
well, he told us not to choose C, so I guess we can't go with that.
Because I wouldn't screw that up.
Okay, well, then we have A or B.
I have no idea. Kid listen to metal, and I've done my job. Bing bong, daddy.
Okay.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Everybody ready?
Yes, everybody's ready.
Chris, what is your answer? Again, what's the question again?
I would screw up A, shaving a friend's balls. B, an IQ test. C, raising a child.
Hey, why would you screw up? What's your answer?
You chose B?
I chose B.
I chose A also.
I chose A.
Why would you be
Guys,
doing A?
You don't think I'm accurate with a razor, do you?
Why would you
No.
be doing that?
I think you would close your eyes and just.
I got B. So what was the answer again? It was what's B?
The answer's
An
B.
IQ test.
Yeah, you screw up an IQ test.
To me, like, you seem very smart, so I'm like, what's
I only got. I'm the only one that got it right.
Yes.
Oh, I get a winning card.
Winning card.
No,
the
it's
other
other
one,
ones.
the other one. I thought
And
you
now
would.
I get to read a
No,
question.
not that one. Well, you might screw up an IQ test for sure.
Oh,
I
yeah,
screw up
I know,
with a
right?
winning card. That was awesome.
Okay, I guess Angie's next.
Or me. I got
Joy.
that one.
Are
Or no,
you,
we'll do you. You go ahead.
are you less
Angie said
disturbed?
yes.
I don't know. Is Joy less disturbed than Angie? Which way should we go? Here?
Oh no.
Angie's less disturbed than me.
It's
I
the
think.
quiet
right?
ones you gotta worry about.
No, you're less disturbed. Excuse me. You're less. That's
I
what
think
I'm
Angie
saying.
wants to be the
No,
disturbed
that I
one.
worked here for 3 years.
Right? Pick your question, girly. We got 2 minutes left.
2 minute warning.
I am not going to be winning this, apparently.
Look at my winning card. Oh, I like my
I don't
winning
think
card.
this is appropriate,
Then-
right?
Yeah, choose another then. Yeah, let's,
Yeah,
nope.
no,
No,
you can.
what? We're
Yeah,
using
yeah.
that M word?
Okay.
Masturbate?
Oh!
I said.
Whoa, shots fired. Literally.
I just wanted
Money
to,
shots
I just
fired.
wanted to break the ice. You called me a fat penguin. Told me to break the ice. Masturbate.
He who hesitates.
That penguin and masturbate. Okay.
Okay. All right. So my question is, if my grandmother walked in on me masturbating, I would A, stop immediately. B, yell, get out and continue. Or C, busting nuts on granny.
Whoa.
All right, I got my answer.
I didn't see C.
C is okay,
yeah, I know what it is. I know. I didn't see it when you showed me the card. Blue, you got something to say? Okay, what's your answer? A, B, or C? Wait, what's the question again?
If my grandmother walked in on me masturbating, I would A, stop immediately, B, yell get out and continue, or C, busting nut on granny.
What's your answer? I'm scared.
Just say it. A, B, C.
B.
Oh, we all got it. We all got that one, Angie.
You guys know that.
Because all the times that we've busted in on you, you've kept going.
I've been here for 3 years.
Yeah, we've all watched it in 3 years.
I've been selecting B for 3 years.
Well, that concludes our show for today. Who's got last pickup lines? Everybody give me a last pickup line.
Oh, I don't have a good one.
Did you sit on a pile of sugar? Because you've got a pretty sweet ass.
Aside from being sexy, what do you do for a living?
Do you have any raisins? No. How about a date?
Okay, I got one. My lips are like Skittles. Want to taste the rainbow?
Damn, girl.
I will give you this one.
Go.
Is your nickname Chapstick? Because you the bomb.
Oh, damn, girl. Your ass is bigger than my future.
Nice pants. Can I taste this? Can I test the zipper?
Taste this.
Wow.
Chris, you are the winner. Chris is our winner.
We get to do shots?
Friends. Yes.
Oh, the lottery ticket bag again.
Da, da, da. There's your shot that you won. Congratulations. You are the winner of Disturbed Friends, which means that you are now trending Disturbed Friend
Of the week.
Oh! Happy 4th of July, everybody! We got more.
Of course, mine didn't work.
Get it. Oh!
Say goodbye, Gracie.
That sounds like those cap
Happy 4th of
guns.
July. Make sure you tune in to us next week. We will be back here next Monday. We will have a representative also come back from the Susan T. Komen Foundation. We'll be having interviews, people in the house, more fun going on. Make sure you join us right here at Now Trending on 24/7 Miami Radio. Have a great week, everybody.
Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay! Yay! Yay!
Now Trending contains offensive and despicable content that is too controversial and too awesome for actual children. The stark, ugly, profound truths Now Trending exposes may be soul crushing to the weak of spirit. If
Freddie Mac kissed my ass. Woo. Red Solo Cup. I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Solo Cup.